picking up more than it should have. I had it way up, the sensitivity. So yeah, okay. So now we are live, and now on the audio, we go ahead and do the countdown. So you ready, Morg?
Oh yeah, I'm hunky dory.
Okay, we're gonna do the clap. 3, 2, 1. All right. Welcome to the Hunters Hub. This is your host Fortuan, joined by co-host Morg Diddy. What'd he do? Did he? I don't know.
Did Daddy do it?
Did Daddy do it?
Daddy? Daddy, did you done do it? I don't think he done did it.
I don't know what I.
No, I've been doing pretty good. Oh man, this week has been an absolute shit show, man. It snowed twice.
Oh yeah, no, we got snow too. I got 3 inches, and then it all melted,
dude. Yeah,
in the same day.
Same thing for me. Yeah, it snowed twice this week. So I stayed at home and I opened up the outdoor smoker and I got like a whole chicken in there and I roasted that baby crisp. Oh, it was awesome. And
I don't know how well this is gonna work. I actually have a picture of it on my phone. I don't know if it's gonna. Nope, it's just pure white. Nope.
Oh, it's too bad.
But yeah, it looks like Winter Wonderland for like 2 hours, and then I literally got in the car and I took that picture before I got in the car. I drove not even 2 minutes. It started melting all the way. I could see the grass and stuff. And I was like,
sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Ohio. Anyways.
Yeah, down south of me, we had snowfall and people got into some pretty serious accidents from that. And I'm like, how do you guys forget already?
Yeah, it's been 2 months.
You've been like 2 months removed from snow.
Yeah.
Like how do you not know how to handle snow?
Oh man.
In Wisconsin.
Speaking of which, welcome Ace, fellow co-host.
Hello.
Pan's not joining us tonight. Had to work overtime. So,
mm-hmm.
And then we also have our guest for the night, Preacher of Valor. How you doing, man?
Hello. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about some Monster Hunter and some other stuff tonight. I do believe the bigger topic of the day is going to be cyberbullying. And that does relate to Monster Hunter, at least recently. So,
oh, definitely.
Unfortunately so. And something that I've been trying to stymie since, December.
Why December, and to be precise? Like, why that?
That was the first time that I really saw it going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
in a large scale. In a large scale, I would say. I've been dealing with it, like I mentioned to you before the stream. I've been dealing with it when I was a moderator of r/Monster Hunter pretty heavily. So there's certain things in the Monster Hunter community that I prefer people not do or talk about because they think it's just a funny haha meme. Specifically, and we'll probably get into this later into the show, but I really do not like the Jesus Monte meme. And there's a
oh really?
Yeah, there's a lot of
okay. I can't wait to talk about that because
yeah, there's a lot of bad blood behind that one. So, that being said, we have a monster of the week to talk about. Ace's pick from last week. So
yes, hold on.
Uh-oh.
I'm within feet of it. Hold on.
Can you reach it? Can you grab it? Use your toes. Use what nature gave you.
His legs?
What is he trying to snag?
Did you get like a thing of... It's Rocknakadaki, so people aren't on the edge of their seats, but like, I don't... Did you get a figure of a Rockna?
No, I totally forgot and mixed them up. I grabbed the Nursilla again. Oh, I'm a fool.
Wow.
You picked the wrong woman to be bride,
one
man.
has spikes, one has babies on it.
I'm so ashamed of myself.
Can I see
it's Rock Nakadaki. Oh, yeah. I got it off eBay a week or two ago.
So his favorite monster before Rocknakadaki, Nursilla.
So is it like a custom piece or?
Oh no, this is one of the figure builder ones.
Yeah.
It's
He,
like an officially Capcom licensed one, and they come with like a stand and stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
that's so cool.
I have one for Diablos. Don't ask me where the wing is right now. I have little girls. Um,
It's attached to a Barbie somewhere.
uh,
She wanted to paraglide.
Ace got me this for my birthday, so thanks again, Ace.
Mhm.
But that's my favorite is Diablos. So, um, okay, so we're going to talk about Rocknet Kadaki because that's what we told people last week we were going to do.
Right, right. The brain, it works sometimes, not all the time, but
So
sometimes.
true facts. This is the one I have hunted the least so far in Rise, unfortunately, and it's not. I wanted to get some more hunts in it, but I get the gist of the hunt. You know, when I say least, I've hunted it 5 times, and that's as much as some people are going to hunt any monster sometimes. Um, although I did make the gloves and the legs for the bow set I made. Because of the stamina surge and constitution that they both give 2 points of each, I think, or something like that.
Wow.
Like you get like 4 of
Right.
one of the skills and maybe 3 of the other, just from those 2 pieces. So
Mhm.
I'll lead off on this one. Normally I'd have whoever introduced it lead off, but I'll let Ace recover in his brain and figure out which monster he was talking about. I'm kidding. But since I'm on a roll,
I'll let him
here-
recover. He just like blanks out. He's like, "Oh, I should not have had that salvia. Oh my god, I am Raka Kida. Oh, there's a hunter. I will
So-
eat it. Oh.
Rockna Kadaki is our second, I would say, not second, but third official Temnosarian in the series. Second being Shrouded Nisilla, which is why I almost called Rockna second, because, you know, subspecies, whatever. So Rockna Kadaki is an interesting one. I think a lot of people pegged it as Narcilla to begin with, and then people are like, no, that can't be Narcilla. No. I mean, I was like, who knows until they show it. I'd like to describe Rockna Kadaki as a weevil mixed with a spider. Because that
A
head.
weevil?
Yeah, the weevil is the ones that have those big long necks.
Okay. Right.
Now she has it like in a normal spider-like position, but sometimes she'll just reach up the neck and just go forward.
Grab you. I thought it would do like a special ability, but it doesn't. It doesn't do any ailments to you.
Mm-mm. No, and it's
no.
I love. Let me say this. One of my favorite quest names in the series of Monster Hunter is the "Can't Kill It with Fire." Love it.
Yeah. As soon as I read that, I went to go grab the greatsword that has ice from Goss, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I don't need fire.
I'm gonna do ice now. My default is to do poison unless I know the elemental weakness. Because even as a greatsword user, I still match element weakness. I know, yeah, raw should be better, but I still like element matching. It comes from a history of Pokemon. I know it will never be gone away. I will always element match.
Diablo greatsword's OP. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, I don't use it because it doesn't have an element, but it's so cool.
It's the whole horn. You're just great.
So yeah, it is. I do have it. I've crafted every great sword, so yeah, I have it. So Rocknet Kadaki being the fire web spider, which I like the idea of a fire spider. That is a really fun one. Believe it or not, there's actually not an overabundance of fire monsters in Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah.
It's pretty even. In fact, I think there's more water monsters than anything now, because like that's weird. That's a weird place to be because that's never been true for Monster Hunter until now. But back to Rachna, it's one of the more interesting fights, especially for me who loves breaking parts, that you can break one of the legs, and then when you break the second leg, all the other legs break. It's like giving you What's
Small
that?
child.
You can't go to sleep?
Hello? What?
All right. I
Somebody's in the
will be
back.
right back. Ace, you can continue.
Okay,
Sure.
Hold it down, Ace.
So one of the major things I like about Rockna Kadaki is the fact that it carries around its young.
Yes.
I'm hoping that once we get like the Master or G rank expansion, that they sort of have more of a precedence in the fight. because just the fact of like Rachna Kadaki sort of being a mother spider that carries around its young, uh, instantly put in the back of my head the idea of like when you accidentally step on a spider that's carrying its young and they all like sort of burst out and like scuttle in every which way. I kind of wish that would
Oh.
happen in the fight, and then they like all web you up at the same time, and then she does like a giant attack as sort of like a counter to you like breaking that cocoon.
Now, one thing
So
that I'm
yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
What thing that our community we call it the babysitter. And I try
Yeah.
explaining to the community, like, there are some spiders, as you mentioned, if you do interact with them, they will disperse and try to go survive. What I didn't know is the babies consider, like, for most of the spider like species, they consider like the mother as a hub. So if she leaves, like, they have to find their own little way of survival. So it's
Right.
detrimental to, like, not only when we hunt the babysitter, they kill off like half of a lineage just alone.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I also like how it sort of has that kimono look to it with the webbing, especially when it does that move where it shoots out some of its young and then they sort of like reel her in. It really has that sort of like flowy kimono look.
I never noticed that until now, huh?
And then I don't know if you've seen the artwork, but you can check out my Twitter, and if you scroll far enough, you should be able to find it. But there's a artwork that has like a humanized version of Rock Nakadaki, and it's like a lady with like these two scythes with young in like a basket on her back. And that was pretty
I'm
cool.
going to your Twitter right now, and
man.
I am like full on.
Yeah, I think it was either this week or last week that I shared that. But I thought that was very cool, and I can't think of the artist off the top of my head, but if you can give them a shout out once you find that, I really appreciate that work and I like it a lot.
I'm scrolling. I personally love the babysitter. She's so unique. Like compared to like, I feel like once you get to her, I thought she was like the final boss or like the new contender. Because I was like, where is this monster coming from? A spider that has babies and she shoots flamethrowers. Then she gets a big giant lost planet cocoon on her back and slams you with the booty. I was like, this is a lot to take in.
I really enjoy the difficulty that she has because she does not screw around. She hits hard.
Yeah,
and
she's
a
thick.
few times she very quickly took down my health and carded me because I wasn't expecting it. So I was like, okay,
goals.
I need to take a step back and really kind of learn the movements and learn the fight.
Okay. Sorry, I came in tail end of that. Yeah, I enjoy the Lost Planet call out for the abdomen.
I love Lost Planet 2. I used to play that competitively for like 2 years. I love that community.
I played the first one quite a bit. I don't remember if I played no, I played the second one. That was in the dark days. I like to say it was literally I had a Wii and I had a PC, and
did you have a modded Wii?
No, I had a standard.
Oh, that's
Wii.
even. Oh wow. Oh
wow.
God. Jesus Christ, man! How did you live?
Monster Hunter Try.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Killing Twin Moran over and over again.
Lost Planet on PC.
I just love the concept of that, and the acreage, just like living on that planet is so frigid and desolate as it is. Then you get big giant stars, trooper monsters coming after you. It's great.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how do I. Oh no, I got it. Fixed it. All right, I'm gonna give you the multi-twitch link too. Hold on.
So Rocknet Kadaki, have we got your thoughts on it yet, Morg or
no,
Eli?
but I noticed that I haven't gotten that far yet in the hub yet. Like think I've gotten to the urgent where what is it you fight? I can't remember. I think it's the urgent for HR6. But yeah, I'm presuming that she's probably going to be in like HR6 and 8, maybe HR7. I'm not quite sure which one.
She's 7, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Then she's got big guns then. Yeah, I've actually seen some of like the play for fighting her. I like the fact that like whenever you break the webbing off, she actually gets faster, and so she's like a lot more aggressive. I like the fact that like if you get spun up with webs and then breathed on fire, you collapse. You just like poof, and then you just nothing you can do about it. You just have to wait until you can get up. So like you can get hit with other webs, fire, or both, but like the combination of the two is probably the worst.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, I'm really excited to fight this thing. I would have actually kind of liked to see something like Giganox,
you
like
can
where she like
fight the webs.
spawns like egg sacs. Hmm.
You can fight the webs, just like with Near
Oh yeah,
Solo.
you can break out of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've never fallen down in them. I don't
Me
think.
either. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. I was like,
Apparently so.
I have yet. I'm going to say this is an unfortunate humble brag. I have yet to cart to Rachna, or Rathian, and that's a big thing for me. If you don't know that, Eli,
Like, she's the
Rathian.
bane of your existence.
Rathian
Oh, yeah.
is the bane of Fortuan's existence. Yes. If I cart to any monster, it's Rathian, and these guys can attest. In Generations Ultimate, Rathian gets me. It can be standard Rathian. It doesn't have to be gold. It doesn't have to be pink. It can be Rathian, and it will get me. But yeah, Rachna is a fun fight. Very challenging though. I don't disagree on the difficulty. A lot of the times when I fought her, I've only fought her solo once, and I did it with bow. And
Wow. Okay.
that was a learning experience. I was still getting used to bow. But it took me a long time, but I don't think I carded. I'm still learning how to do it.
Like you fought her solo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I haven't experienced fighting her solo yet. I've always fought her with a group, so I guess that's why I never experienced to really get webbed and then fireballed and screaming, "Please help me! I'm in serious pain." I never had that yet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be fighting her solo, so I'm gonna get the full range of her fury. It's gonna be awesome. That's actually how I've been fighting all of them. Actually, I've just been like seeing like the full scope of what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of the reason why I've been doing it solo. Is just to really get a taste for like what the game can really offer.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to do when you got like 4 people just beating the shit out of it, curb stomp it, take its shoes and its wallet. It's not that fun.
I got most of
I want to ask.
Yeah, I would realize a whole different spectrum when you are playing with friends because they're holding down. So you play most of it solo for it?
Oh,
or for everybody here?
Oh, I'm playing the whole game solo, like 100%.
Jesus
not
Christ!
Yeah, he's been playing with it. He's been playing with the group. Yeah.
I've done about half solo and half with friends.
Oh man. Okay. I feel like I'm the oddball out. I've been fighting with like just viewers and friends.
You're not Eli. I've mostly been hunting with my brother. I have been very rarely solo. Like I don't do crown hunting solo because my brother and I are trying to do it together. I did a few things solo because he got a crown playing with other people where I didn't. So I'm catching up on that crown and he's doing otherwise. Like I have Almadron crowned before he has it crowned. So he's working on Almadron. I do a little bit more playing than he does. So like when he's off, like he'll play Magic or something with his friends online. I'll solo hunt, and I decided, hey, I'm going to make a bow set, and I need Rakana Kadaki parts. And my thing is, if I'm making something for a weapon, I always use that weapon to get like that weapon class to get the materials. So I was just getting into bow, and I was like, okay, so I need this stuff for the bow set that I want to make. So I'm going to go in with a not complete bow set and learn how to fight Rakana Kadagi with bow. It's one of the very few times I've soloed a monster, honestly, in the game.
If you don't mind me asking, which bow did you use?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question.
I used the icicle bow, the ore one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cause I see everybody use the rampage bow and just turn it ice and just go like Benihana on everything with that thing. Like,
All of my bow builds, all of them, because I made one per element or elemental crit element builds.
mhm.
Um,
Oh, okay.
I one of the things that that I say often, and I don't know how you feel about cussing on your stream, but it's a normal thing here. So let me
What do you mean?
like
Don't worry, you can drop an F-bomb if you want to. We're not offended.
well,
Oh, okay.
he's also multi-streaming, so we're hitting his audience
Yeah,
as well.
it's fine. Yeah, you can go.
Okay, so one of
your
my
mind.
mottos is "fuck the meta." So
Yeah. Okay.
I don't care, and
Amen.
that doesn't mean I'm anti-meta. It means I literally don't care about the meta. So I just build what I think would be cool and what I like, and that's how I go
I think
about
that's
things.
healthy. No, I honestly,
Yeah.
I always support that. I tell everybody, especially new hunters, if you're coming into the community, like just explore. If you go to Team Dark Side and look at whatever crit builds they make or whatever, sure, but incorporate that into your play style. Play around with it. You have so much utility at your disposal. Why just be one rigid, one trick pony that everybody else is doing? You might find something that no one else is doing, and it's fantastic. You might create a trend. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, 100%.
I don't even know if crit element is a thing for bows. A lot of like one person that said anything, they're like, but it caps out really quickly. And I'm like, yeah, so, and I was like, and they were like, well, it's not the most. I was like, here, let me ask you this: does me having crit element on a bow do more elemental damage or less? It's more.
What was the retort?
It's
Yeah.
he didn't have one, and I was like, it's more. The answer's more. Now, does it cap out? Sure, I guess. I don't know. I don't pay attention to the numbers. I'm not a numbers guy. Like, I shoot it till it dies. Like,
Yeah.
oh, and yeah, the orange numbers are the better ones, so I aim for those parts. Unless I'm breaking parts, that's my number one priority. I don't. Hitting weak spots is secondary to breaking parts. So yeah, I'm not your average player.
I'm just curious, like if you can recall, how did you get to that conversation? Because I do frequently have that like conversation with other hunters to whereas it comes to a big debate when I'm just hunting, they'll ask, oh hey, what you going with? I'm going great sword. They'll go immediately look at my build, bro, why didn't you put in like more attack? Like why didn't you put in more like, maybe some agitator or something, bro? And I'm like, is that a problem? Do you really need me to change so we can kill this monster in 15 minutes? Or do you mind we killing it 20 minutes or something? Is it a really big deal? Because me personally, when I'm hunting, I like to switch my weapons out. Like if I'll break off a part, then I'll go into the lance to do the rest of the work. So I didn't exclaim that, but I'm like, is it a real issue? And I always have that frequently where people are asking me, bro, what is your build? Why are you doing this? You got to build this way to do more damage. I'm like, does damage equal fun?
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
Exactly.
That's something that we as like the Hunters Hub community, like a lot of the times we try to say. It's like hunt your own way, pick your own thing, like find out what you like to do, have your own fun with the game.
Right.
That's one of the things that I've always enjoyed in the series. And I had a little bit of like, oh no, am I good enough to play online in the 4 Ultimate days? But I kind of got over that quickly because I was like, yeah, no, I'm doing just fine. I figured out because I was soloing a lot during that content. So like people were like Apex Rajang, oh my gosh, and I was like, I mean, he's hard, but I did it. Like, what is the problem?
You soloed Apex Rajang, dude. I remember those days. That was like a real bragging rights to have, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was because I was like, man, it was tough, and I got it done, but like I didn't. I was, but I was also playing Charge. I was playing Charge Blade too, so that's not really a surprise. Like it was the meta thing at the time, and I didn't know that either. Even though I was a moderator of r/Monster Hunter at the time, I was like, when you're a moderator, you don't get into you don't get to enjoy the community as much as you're like, hey asshole, stop calling people like names on Reddit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Like you're completely the little cat.
Yeah.
I love you periodically putting toys. I love that. I love
Yeah,
that.
it's
But I understand for the most part, like you're on the outside in more or less. Like you have to be like the uncle, the dad, calling everybody to calm down. So you don't really get to be integrated into the community as everybody else, if that's the right
right. So
way to say. So I
yeah,
understand.
so that's where that mentality came from. It's just like, hey, I'm just enjoying myself playing the game. Like it's not a big deal. So go ahead, Ace. You had something.
I want to go back to rating Rachna and then get into
Oh, we
this
were still.
discussion.
Yeah.
We just drifted.
We
On.
just
I am
diving
sorry
right
if I
Dude,
did that.
this is
I
how
apologize.
this
It's all
is
good,
how
man.
casual chatting podcasts go. We will be on a tangent for an hour.
I like
Sometimes.
it. I like it.
That's how we roll.
So Eli, did you get to say what you wanted to about Rachna before we rate it?
I said a little bit, but I
Yeah.
mind if I go a little bit more?
No, you're totally fine. Go ahead.
Feel free, man.
So, like I said earlier, we do call it the babysitter, and I love the experience of having to really fight the monster.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I feel like that Rachna does compared to any other monster right now in terms of like the baseline series, so that's not like Monster Hunter Online or Frontier. I feel like you really have to work at a team to break her down. Not just we're just hitting her willy nilly. Like, hey, have somebody in the front going ahead and knocking off the front legs. Have somebody in the back knocking off the back legs. Then when she goes to the second form, when she has the cocoon, then hey, let's go in there and just keep slapping until she breaks down, and then go for the head or any other parts that we haven't broken. I feel like compared to all the other monsters in Rise, that's the one monster that I at least tell people, hey, get in there. Somebody's on those front legs. Somebody get on those back legs. Keep on doing this. Like, I like that compared to just be fighting an Anjanath. Let's just keep hitting it till it dies. Whatever, So I admire that. And one last thing with her is if she's up on top, you could toss kunais at her similar to what's it called, Kazu. And if you break her leg, she'll come down. I didn't know that until like the other day.
Part break staggers. Yeah, I love staggers when they're on the ceiling. They just drop like a rock, man. Big openings. I love them.
I will say there's a fun tip I have. If she throws out the babies with the strings and she pulls herself to them, you can cut the strings and she'll stumble.
Oh.
How much damage do you have to do?
Very little. You just have to hit the string with a cutting weapon.
I am doing that from now on. I just dodge out of the way. Like, what? I thought that was
I did it on
Now
accident. I hit the string. I didn't even see damage. I just saw like whenever you like hit a spider web and it just sort of drifts apart. Like,
yeah.
It does that, doesn't it? Oh shit. Okay, now that's awesome.
200 IQ out here. I did not know about that.
It was an accident. It's not a 200 IQ. Purely accident.
He discovered fire.
This is great sword locked into the true charge slash where I can't get out of it, and I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna hit the web, I guess. Like
swing and swing until you hit something.
Yeah. So anything else about Rachna before we rate it?
Not really, no.
Okay. So I'll start it. I'll start it out. I believe this is a base S monster, so S across the board for this monster. Really great design. Love the fight. Very dangerous. Very challenging. A lot of mechanics to it, and even with all that complexity, still fun. So S, what I want to see in a Monster Hunter monster. Eli, how do you feel? We do an A through F like in grade school, but we also have S because we're gamers and like to mess things up.
Now, you guys might. I'm curious. Does the armor take in consideration to the tier list?
It is up to your discretion on that. That is part of your discretion.
You can totally choose.
Okay.
You have your own rating reasons.
I would rate her an S. But right now, she doesn't have like weapons on every weapon list.
No,
so that's the only reason why I would give her an A. Only reason why, because I feel like she needs dual blades. If she had dual blades, it would probably be like the best fire weapons right now. But she doesn't have those available. I don't believe she has a great sword.
She doesn't have a great sword or a lance.
Probably not.
So
right. So like,
I play 3 weapons now. I only used to play 1, which was greatsword, but I branched out into bow and lance as well. And there's no lance, but there's a really good bow. It is the bow I use. It uses Pierce
I haven't
4
seen it.
on level 3.
Whoa. Whoa. I haven't seen it. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
I'll
a
look
good
into
bow.
that tonight. What does it look like? Is it like a chandelier? Because hers is like a gothic grimoire type of vanity. So,
It's very
The heavy bow
buggish.
gun is a chandelier,
oh,
Now that's pretty
It's-
and
based.
then the light bow gun is like a oil lantern, I think, something like that.
oh, because I forgot his name. It's the monkey that throws like the different like fruits at you.
Bishaten.
Bishaten. He has like a hookah as a bow gun. It's like a hookah lamp.
Yeah.
I was like, I
Oh,
had to
yeah.
get this. So yeah, I give her an A for her rating just because of the armor alone. And I mean, excuse me, the weapons itself.
Sure. Morg?
Oh, dude, I've got to give this thing an S. Like, my God, like, the fight itself is fantastic, and I'm actually looking at the weapons right now, and damn, the designs are so unique. And you know what? Maybe I'll just give her an A plus because I don't see a hammer in here, and I'm a little bit hurt by that. Doing my baby hammer,
Boy,
no justice here. Oh man, I love my hammer. Hammer's Bay is
I mean-
beautiful. The hunting horn looks sick though.
Until I got sick of not cutting tails, I was a hammer bro for a long time.
Yes.
Hammer never felt so good in this game. Holy shit!
So S, A
Oh.
plus, and an A, and then round us out. Ace, what are we getting?
It's an S plus for top tier
S+.
design, very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
I love the weapon designs.
Mm-hmm.
All around, just a great monster. I love the implied ecology as well as what we get with the ecology just in game. So it is easily sitting atop as one of my favorite monsters in the series right now.
Okay. All right. So that averages out to an S minus between the 4 of us.
Pretty damn solid monster, if I do say so myself.
So
Babysitter, best babysitter.
Morg, that is our 3rd or 4th monster in the S tier. We're
Oh,
very high
man.
end. The lowest we've
Well,
rated
what was the
something.
other one?
We love our beasts.
Diablos
see,
is
we-
S. We got
Let me see. We got Volvodon in here. We
You did not give Volvodon an S.
I
What?
think Volvodon
No,
got
no,
an
we
A.
didn't give Volvodon an
Oh,
S.
an A? Whoa. Okay. Wait. Why? Why? He is like on the D tier for doo doo. Poo poo man. Yes.
Hey, I love a
he's-
troll as well as the next one, man. When he's shitting on me, I'm laughing.
Dude, why does he lick all the monsters' butts in his combos? I don't understand that. Like, no. No. His tongue goes all the way in there. Like, colonoscopy checks out. Oh, you have little polyps
We'll
here.
see.
Little here.
We'll see. I
He loved the
forget
booty,
who
man.
I was
Come
saying
on.
it with, but I think when the PC version of the game comes out, the mods need to make Volvodon look like Yoshi, and then need to put in the sound effect.
Lum,
So every time the tongue comes
Oh,
out,
yeah.
Oh my god.
lum.
Oh man, that's so sick.
yeah.
Did you
Oh,
all
man.
get
I
an
can't wait for the-
When he does the roll
Oh.
thing, and you hit him and he rolls
Yeah.
backwards.
Yes. He'll turn into an egg as well. That'll be so clean.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
Yes.
they have to do that mod. They have to. They have to make a Yoshi.
Volvodon is Yoshi.
And when he like jumps, he has to go.
I'm gonna love that so much.
Oh
Now-
man.
That makes Volvodon S tier. 100%. Best
Yes.
monster.
No.
Yes. Yes. Yoshi Volvodon is S tier.
I will admit this, and I'm sad to say this, but he full on carded us
Oh,
like
yeah.
a couple of nights ago, and I had to stop playing because he pooped on us and we couldn't heal each other. So we were just standing there like, bro, heal.
Oh,
And
no
then
one-
Anjanette came and he fire breathed us as we were trying to run around
Oh.
frantically trying to heal because we didn't have any deodorants.
Shit.
I was like,
Oh my gosh.
Did not
Delicious.
just happen. Volder
So,
on
No one
Oh,
had a
man.
cat, huh? No one plays cat.
Oh.
My cat didn't have any deodorant. He had the like Wavering Blast and the other utilities.
Okay.
That's
So
why you gotta also get someone with the hunting horn that has recovery S.
yeah,
And
now.
what is it? There's like ailment immunity, I think, on you can get too. So
Yeah, I think
yeah,
so.
that's
We
good
underestimated the
coverage,
roly
yeah.
poly. We just like, we just go in here for a couple of parts. We need it for the lance, whatever, the gun lance. So, nope.
Oh, I love my Volvodon, man. The switch axe, the gun lance, the hammer. Oh man, all his designs are just
You have the
top
hammer?
tier.
Yeah.
I have the hammer, man. Yeah.
What does it look like?
Oh man, it looks literally like a rolled up Volvodon, but then what happens is when it when it charges up, it expands, and it kind of like the little accordion shit going on in the middle. It is
Ooh.
it is sick. Doesn't have the highest raw, but holy shit, the power on that thing. I'm like dunking monsters left, right, and center. Wrath has no chance, bro.
Yeah.
He is so good. KO and para, best lockdown combination. Like you just keep that sucker in place the whole hunt, and you're just wailing on it. Feels so good.
Yeah, I helped Jay farm for some Volvodon parts to get that going. Funny thing is, he wasn't missing the high rank ones; it was low rank. So we were just chumping a low rank Volvodon over and over again. That was fun.
What was the other monster that you mentioned? Was it only so right now is Rachna, Diablos, and
Let me
Man?
see. Oh, we got Yang,
There's
Garuga,
also
Gormagala.
Oh, so you just overall, so it doesn't have to do with
Rathalos,
Rise.
I think, was on there as
Yeah,
well.
it's everybody,
Okay.
everybody under the sun.
Yeah,
Wow, that's a big checklist.
we decided to do a monster of
it's
the
gonna be
week
fun.
a while ago, and we just started doing it again. So, all right, and that's like our only segment that we have. The rest of it is just the talking. Oh, I forgot. We're supposed to
What'd
do
you forget?
the controller thing.
Controller.
Oh, yeah.
thing. What? Controller.
So, this is my own personal one.
Ooh,
I got the Pro Controller.
I forgot. Yeah, I'm poor, so I can't join in on this.
Are you using
Everybody, make fun of me.
More dead. You're not using Joy-Cons, are you?
Oh
Please tell me
no,
you're
man,
not.
no! I threw those things in the garbage a long time
Thank
ago.
God.
Oh well, you should have seen that one video that I posted on Twitter. Where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fix these things. You want to know how? I take them. I'm like, you take these, run to the garbage, and then I grab my controller, my PS3, PS4 controller, plug it sucker in. There, problem solved.
You are a collector, my sir.
Well, this was fresh, and we're giving it away tonight.
Oh yeah, we got giveaways going.
I forgot. I am sorry. We have to NM. He's the only new guy. So stream is.
Dude, if you would have told me it was a giveaway, I would have let everybody know.
I forgot. This was sprung on me, honestly.
Yeah,
Well,
that was a
we're gonna
little
have to
bit
let
my
everybody
bad.
know. Oh well.
Like what?
Too bad. Oh well.
Okay.
Better
So I have the
Hey,
wheel
they're
of
lost.
names.
I'm gonna win it.
I have the wheel of names.
Next time,
up.
man. Next time.
Oh, we're doing it now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait. Can my chat like go into your?
Why not?
Everybody,
Yeah.
You know what?
whoever's here, because you guys are being
Sure.
super quiet.
If they want
Everybody
to.
on
Drifter,
Preacher's side.
Vampires, Looney, y'all want to win a controller? Like, I'm gonna give you the
Okay.
multi-switch link.
Preacher's gang, come on in, come on down.
Okay, all you have to do
Here.
to enter, we'll give you to the end of the stream. We'll do it then. We'll
I'm
call
letting
it.
That's
everybody
actually a
know
good
now,
idea.
dude.
Yeah.
We'll call an audible. All they have to do
Oh
is
my
to join our
God.
Discord, and then make a single comment on the Monster Hunter Rise contest thread. And if I
Okay, a
if I
giveaway.
acknowledge it with a thumbs up, you're in. So we'll give them to. I've got everyone up to this point on there. So yeah.
That's so much knowledge I have to do right now. I'm like, guys, there's a giveaway. Go now.
That was a little bit my bad. I was literally at the game. I was literally at the GameStop getting in my pre-order for the collector's edition of Stories 2, and they still had some on the peg there, and I was like, do I do it? Do I not? And then the manager, who I'm friends with, was like, I mean, why not?
So wait,
Which
is that a monster on the controller, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay, just making sure.
Pro Controller.
Like, oh my god. Hold on,
And,
Chad.
like-
I gotta do everything real fast. I'm excited.
All good.
And like here's what it actually looks like. Of
Well, let
course,
me
I
show
have
it
no.
because I have the Discord. I'm gonna show them real fast here.
Yeah, I just did a promo on
Oh.
our Twitter, so yeah, that might be 400
Ooh.
people coming to check
Is
out.
that
maybe.
Magnum Marlowe? Oh my! I wish it was a golden version Magnum Marlowe we could fight. That would be so cool.
That'd be
Oh,
interesting.
Like, bro.
they got to make it a rare
But yeah,
species. They have to.
The manager
so
who's
cool.
also who I'm also sort of friends with, he was like, I mean, why not? And I was like,
I don't know. Maybe because
I've
you didn't
finished
tell your
checking out.
fellow podcasters until you tweeted it.
yeah, that might have.
Also, here you go. I also have it. And this is not because I got it, it's because I have a really awesome brother who bought it for me. So
Now, one thing I want to say is okay if I just get off my chest. Just
Yeah,
a little
fire
bit.
away, bro.
So I love the fact that you emphasize that you hunt with your brother. That's literally the reason why I started playing Monster Hunter in the beginning. Was because at the time there was no ad hoc party. It was just like your PSP, and if you knew somebody, you went over to their house and played it. But my brother and I play Freedom Unite all the time, and it just I love bonding with him. And then we went into Monster Hunter Try, and then we just. That's the only person I played Monster Hunter Try with was him and I fighting Jin Moran and all these other monsters together, just doing everything. And I admire that a lot. That you still do that with your brother. That's beautiful.
Well,
man.
a little bit of an aside, so that you know, most people on the podcast and in the Discord know this. My brother and I live together. Due to unforeseen circumstances with a terrible divorce, I am living with my family again, and he's lived with them for a long time. And it's not like we're lazy. We have a family business together, so it just makes sense to live together, especially during COVID.
Right. Yeah.
So we live together. Unfortunately, because of other circumstances, he's only here once. He's only home here 1 week out of every month, and has been that way the whole calendar year, taking care of a family member who's going through cancer. So
420.
Yeah.
Do some Twitch magic so that way everybody can get our Discord, so that way they can enter in for the prize. We've got people.
They're there.
I will say,
we have summoned
definitely
the
get a
Legion.
I'm
Get
gonna
a-
get up. I'm
get the,
thinking every Discord I'm in.
oh jeez.
Like, come through.
Morg, can you do it? Because if I do it, I'm gonna end up having to mess up the stream.
Alright, yeah, let's do this. Okay.
Unless you want me to do it, I have your stream up and your Discord up, but I don't think I have power for that. Never mind.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah,
but
are people
definitely
allowed
say.
to invite people to your Discord? Or
Yeah. No, it's a free open
yeah,
Discord.
I think so.
We encourage it.
I am the
encourage
only
the
moderator though, so I've had to ban a couple things, mostly bots, but
you're a veteran. That's fine. You can handle Reddit. You can handle like little trolls.
oh no, I've only had to ban one actual person, other than bots, for attacking someone essentially, and that was an unpleasant experience, but that was it.
Link deleted.
Okay, I think I can add it as much as people as I possibly can.
Okay.
Like everybody knows.
We'll
You can
like
be the
I
co-host,
said,
but your shit will get banned no matter what.
towards the end. Yeah,
Fine
we
with
just
it.
ask that everyone be, really kind to each other and not jerks and stuff. Like
As Cryo said, "Ho dare you!" I know it's a typo.
Great.
Don't worry, man.
Okay. So
Oh,
so
God.
back on topic. We're going to skip to the end for the giveaway, I guess. This giveaway's been a lot less organized than the other two.
My bad again.
So
I'm sorry.
it's okay. It's okay.
Hey, I mean, hey, if every day is a circus, we're all having fun. Think about it like that, man.
So obviously we're all Monster Hunter fans. Before we get into our deep cyberbullying discussion, just a couple questions for you, Eli. So you started in 2004 with the PS2 version, right?
Um,
Or was it
it
the
might
PSP?
Yeah, it was a PlayStation 2. I played the PlayStation
Mm-hmm.
2 one, but then I put it down because I was a kid. I was like, why am I dying so much to this weird pink chicken? So I left it alone. Like that was like my barrier. I didn't understand it. But then with my brother, he
Mm-hmm.
bought me I think it was Freedom 2. I could be wrong. It was Monster Hunter 2 for the
Yeah,
PSP.
Freedom 2.
What's the Yeah, and I played it and I loved it. So then I went back to play the original one. And I've just ever since then, just I played everything except the phone variant games, like the one where like that's like the Egyptian Zenogre, which I wish I can play, and the other like most of the stories. I haven't played that yet.
Okay.
And I think the Japanese version of Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, I haven't played that one.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, if you played Freedom Unite, you played 2G. There's no difference.
Pretty much, but hey, you
Mhm.
gotta play them all.
Well, here's the thing. You and I are in the same boat. I have imported a lot of games as well and played them. However, I did not touch any of the PC games because did not feel comfortable spoofing someone's social security to do that.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'd never played online or Frontier, even though they looked amazing and I would have wanted to. I never did it. I couldn't. I didn't have the patience or time to do that.
I will admit, I was nervous when I got into Frontier and had to learn about them. My friend's like, dude, I got you. He pretty much set it up for me and then just, had it on my computer and I played it that way. But I will admit, it feels cringy. It feels
Mm-hmm.
cringy.
No, yeah, and those are the only ones I haven't played. Um, okay, and obviously, you got your fill of Rise so far. Which, hey, next week we got more content. Chameleos,
I mean,
Apex, Rathius.
we spoke about it off stream
Yeah,
chat and audience. I told him I was 100. Like, I'm right now in the content. I am bored. But when I play with my friends, it's fun still. Like, you
yeah.
can get a couple of brewskis and slap around a monster. It's great. It's
Oh yeah.
great.
No
And
what?
you honestly, you're inspiring me to keep playing because I didn't think about crown hunting. Like that's something I can
Mm-hmm.
do on my leisure time. So I appreciate you.
I pray you do not have to kill as many boggies as I did.
I want to. I want to.
224 was we were going insane, my brother and I. There was a point we were sitting in the living room because we can do local play, and
Mhm.
we were sitting in the living room. I was on the TV, he was handheld, and I was like, dude, what are we doing wrong? It was just like we were at like 215 or something like that, and I was like, what? I don't get it. What's going on? And he's like, look, we just got to hunt till we got to go in town, get my magic cards. It's not a big deal. Like, don't worry about it. Um, so then we were about ready to get off to eat lunch and watch Mortal Kombat, and we did one more quest, just one more, and we got that small crown, and we were like, finally! So it was like at 218, we got a small crown. We still had to get the large crown. So later that night, and let me back up. We just took a break to go get lunch. We did Mortal Kombat yesterday. This was Thursday. I'm getting my days crossed. But
Right, that's understandable.
um we got back. We didn't hunt together until the evening, and in the evening we were hunting with our buddy Jay on the Discord, and we got the large crown, and we were like, yes! Now we can move on to Kuluyaku, because we just literally go straight down the hunters list, like top to bottom.
Damn, they
Um,
started from the top all the way down.
yeah, which it's rough because there's no melding materials on the first 5 monsters. They don't
Now I'm
meld.
curious. Do you just fight them in low rank or do you fight them in high
Oh
rank?
no. So we do high rank and we do whatever quest we feel. So what we did for Great Boggy is there's a quest for two of them, and there's a quest with Great Boggy and Great Roggy in the arena. Is the light bowgun one. Light bowgun
Oh.
unlock quest. It gives you the switch skill for a light bowgun. Um,
Hmm.
so we would alternate between those two quests to keep it variety wise, but we do a full clear high rank hunt. Um, this is not the suggested way to crown hunt for most people. Like I said, most people go in, they measure the monster via trapping it and like, comparing their size to like a leg or something like that, and then skip out if it's not big or small enough. Um,
Hmm.
Us, we just fight it, and we're like, is this big enough? I don't know. Let's just kill it anyways. Like, uh, so that's kind of what we do. and we ended up getting the small one on the Great Boggy and Roggy quest. We were like, I don't know, this one is on the smaller end. You start after 200, you start to really tell what's small and large. But
At
even
that
then,
point, yeah.
you're kind of second guessing yourself again at that point though, because you're like, I mean, the last one I thought was like super tiny and it wasn't even anything. So what do I know? And then we're both like, it's on the smaller end. We'll give it that. And then it was the small crown, and we're like, yes.
So is it safe to say you're Professor Oak of baggies now? Like you just know them all, like when they're male or female.
That's like the huge advantage to crown hunting, is you end up fighting something so much sometimes. I had Rajang crowned. Rajang was my first crown in Rise after 7, and I wasn't trying. It was just incidentally we had killed. I had killed a small one in one of the quests we were doing. And then we were doing a expedition hunt, and Rajang popped up, and we're like, "That's a big Rajang! Like that thing's big."
You look how he pick up buildings. I don't know.
We're killing it. We're killing it. All right, like Crown Hunter here. We're killing it, and then we killed it, and it was a large crown, and we're like, "All right!" Like, and that made Rajang done. But unfortunately for me, I also have a soft goal of killing 10 of every monster because of the scrolls. Because you get the scrolls at the.
So that's what that's for.
Yeah, because you get the scroll to put up in your room with the Argosy that you could do the point buy with after 10 kills. So I was like, okay, so I crowned Rajang at 7. So now I have to fight 3 Rajang on my own to get to 10. And I did that. So I have Rajang crowned. I have Almadron crowned. And these are all like below 15. These two.
That's not bad. Okay.
They're incidental. It's everything that we've targeted hunted that's high. So great. Lagombi, I had to target hunt to catch up. Lagombi was.
I forgot Bugs Bunny's in the game. I forgot.
94. I killed 94 Lagombi.
Jesus.
Jeez.
That was the first one I got. Drifting for like 3 days. Like, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, and this is what I was solo hunting when he was busy doing other things, as Lagombi to catch up. I incidentally I was on like a long day or something. I couldn't hunt one night until like I did like, guys, I'm so tired. I was doing this other stuff. I'm just gonna do one quest. I'm gonna do one, just hop in and do one quest. And I did it with Jay and someone else, and I got the last crown I needed for Zinogre. And I was like, oh cool, I got Zinogre. And I went to bed. And then
like you're getting all the hard monsters out the way. Like that's good.
But that's incidental. That was entirely incidental. These weren't targeted hunts. These was like, I'm just helping them do the quest, and it happened to be a large Zinogre. And then the two. So there was those, and then we did Great Azuchi, and Great Azuchi was 124, and we were like, dang, that's a lot to kill. 124 Great Azuchi. Oh my gosh, like. And then we got to, little did we know, Great Boggy was going to be even worse. And Great Boggy was 224. Yeah. And then literally the next quest after crowning Great Boggy, we crowned Arzuros because of our switch thing, what we were doing between 2 quests. We're hunting 2, there's the 2 Kuluyaku. I'm saying that right? That's the Egg Thief. I'm getting my monsters mixed up.
I think you got the acronyms right, or words.
Yeah,
called a good boy.
Kuluyaku, there's a dual quest in the Shrine Ruins, and there's also a quest of a Kuluyaku with an Arzuros in the Shrine Ruins. And we literally did the quest with the Arzuros in the Shrine Ruins once, and we got the Gold Crown for Arzuros. And we're like,
nice.
Because we also both had previously gotten the small crown Arzuros hunting with someone else. So we got the large crown bear.
Yeah, that's always good.
We got the large crown bear. We were done. It was like literally the next quest. We finished another monster. We were like, right on. That's a good night.
Now, out of curiosity, when you're grinding these monsters, right, for the crowns, what do you do with the materials? Do you sell them, or do you just hoard them just for material's sake?
So we have we have a game.
Charm farm.
So obviously, you can't do charms for these ones, Morg. You can't. They don't meld.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, if they're too low tier of a monster, they don't meld.
Too bad. Too
So
bad.
what we do is we stockpile the materials and we have a game of who got more of what and how much money do you get for selling them down to 50. And
That's wow.
Oh, holy shit.
he's sitting at about 2 million Zenny. I just breached 3 million yesterday.
You guys are like playing casino with skins and flesh. Hey, you got any scales there, Buckaroo? Any hides? No, okay, let's go hunting. That's crazy. That's cool though.
Yeah. So that's crown hunting in a nutshell. And we're gonna continue working on Kulu. And then after Kulu is Great Roggy, which we incidentally got the small
Love that
crown while
monster.
trying to get Boggy. So because he was in that quest. So we just needed the large crown for Roggy. But once Kulu and Boggy are done, we are no longer in monsters that don't meld. So then we will be continuously
okay.
melding.
Nice. I love Woggy. Like
Yeah.
Woggy,
The poison
McCree, High Noon, my G. I love him. Like once we if maybe we can transmog if we can. I'm getting that cowboy hat. I don't care. I'm getting that.
one.
First thing first.
Rogi is like he just embodies like that whole Bayou life, man. Like
Yes.
you can find him in the flooded plains. He's all about the cowboy aesthetic. Oh man, like
And he's such a great tool. Him and Pukey in terms of utility, like to poison monsters. I love when they're on the field. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Wyvern riding a Puke is just I love it. It's just such awesome shit. I actually ended up getting a dunk off of a Rathian by just setting him spewing like poison out of his Fruit Loops tail. Like
Wait, you want to say that one more time for the audience? What did you call that?
yeah, Fruit Loops tail, man. Like look at it. He's got like all the fucking rainbow coming out of that shit. Like
Mark.
if you ever take a kebab skewer and you stick a bunch of Fruit Loops on it, you got a Puke tail right there.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that's not true.
Or it's like
that is the thing.
having kids. It's like those circles that they stack up.
Oh yeah, it's exactly
Yeah,
like
those
like
two.
those kindergarten toys.
What are those
yeah.
called? Yeah, you can. It's also a game where you toss the rings all the way on top to fill up the pyramid. Oh my God, Morg, you killed me.
Oh man,
dead.
Fruit
Oh,
Loop tail.
Dead. Murder. Proof right here. Going to jail later, Morgan.
I'm sorry, but I can't stop laughing. I didn't think about it that way at all until now.
I'm gonna be honest. I've got a personal vendetta against Puke because he's
I saw on
always
Twitter
getting into my shit. Oh, I refer to him now as Poopy Puker because he's just all up in my shit. He's constantly cuckolding me in these fights when I'm getting in with these monsters. And I'm like minding my own business. I got my own shit to do. And what's this fucker come in to go and do? Oh, he wants to get in with a monster foursome now. I'm like, get out of here, you piece of shit.
He's an ass eater too.
Oh my god, he is such an ass eater. He can't get his tongue out of my pants. I hate him. What a dickhole. I just want to stick a wine cork up his ass. And so that way, whenever he tries to get his plumes of poison fart in my face, it just swells up and then bursts his tail like a fucking balloon. Dirty bastard.
This is me during this conversation. Just, okay.
He's gonna put a cork into his ass and watch it.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, I totally did call Puke Toucan Sam. You know what? Yeah, he is exactly
No,
like Toucan Sam.
don't do Toucan Sam like that. No.
You know what? No, actually, Toucan Sam, he's better than that, man.
Yes.
He's better than Pookie or Pukey, whatever you want to call him, Pooper.
I will admit, I
Sucks.
love the coral version of him. Like the concept where he can put his tongue to split the beam in half threw
love
me for a
that.
loop. Oh
You know what?
my God.
I had friends who used to do this thing called gleeking, where they would like do this thing with their tongue where they would flex it and then it would
Oh, yeah,
cause
I
the
can do
salvo
that.
glands to like fire out and shit like that.
Wait,
Yeah.
That
what?
is
Yeah, I
that
can
is
do that.
actually a thing. People can do that where they can actually like work their salvo glands. Like
How
they'll
do
do
you
this thing
spell
with
that?
their
You
tongue.
said leaking?
Gleeking. Yes, that is a
I'm
thing.
just gonna verbally
Puke
say that.
is the
So-
Gleek king.
No. Yeah. So okay.
Oh, I
so,
see it.
Yep.
It's wild, man.
You can basically spray spit on somebody.
Why do you want to be a llama? Wait, what?
Oh, it's got me thinking of that Spanish guy who like gets in that arguments with the goat. It's just like,
Yeah.
Puke Puke. You know what Coral Puke Puke is? Yeah. It's that argumentative goat.
So, audience, just for you guys, if you want to look it up, is GLEEKING, where you shoot spit out from under your tongue. Like, you do like a little water gun at somebody. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Can everybody do it, or just like only certain people?
I guess
don't
it
know.
depends on how active your glands are, I guess. I think that might be
I
part
know
of
I
it.
can do it. I discovered this in middle school and really annoyed my brother. To be fair,
it looks
he still
gross.
says I annoy him. So without
I
the
learned
spitting.
something new today that I wish I didn't know. To be honest.
You learned a lot of things
Just so
today.
you know, there is
Oh,
one
man, true.
person so far for the entry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on. Go ahead and get in there. Get that.
I'll total it up at the end and get him in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
Check
gonna.
the multi-twitch link. Go to their stream. Go to join the Discord.
I took out our
Yeah,
previous
you're gonna
two
love
winners.
it here.
But I will say this: is gonna be the last one for a while, folks. Like I can't just keep buying Monster Hunter stuff and giving it to you. I am not
was
that
totally
rich.
Me going rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're being really awesome with this giveaway right now. Like, that's amazing. I want to win. But what chat says from Saki Saki says he knows a few Irish people that can do it with snot. Why do you know that? Like, why?
Ugh.
Why do you know?
Ugh.
Oh my god, that does sound so Irish. Oh my god. Crazy carrot top bastards. Oh my god.
You're like, movies, Val, they're movies. Okay,
All
all right. Oh my god. Back on topic with Monster Hunter, please save me. I want to talk
So,
about this leaky.
Yeah, so we'll
Oh
get
my
back to
God.
Monster Hunter. So like as I understand, so like what do you normally play, Eli? What is your normal base? I've heard you say you're playing some greatsword, or are you kind of a person that sort of skips around on weapons, does a lot?
Well, to be honest,
Mhm.
and it's, I mean, it is what it is. I love the sword and shield,
Okay.
but I don't like the attraction that it's getting. So everybody and their mom is using it, and everybody's going ahead and using the Nagakuga's raw damage and going Shoryuken straight to the monster's head. I love when I'm in the game with my friends. Hey guys, I'm going for the face. If I'm the lance, I don't care. I'm going for the face. If I'm the greatsword, I don't care. I'm going for the face. Go somewhere else. But when you play with other people who have sword and shield, Shoryuken, Hadouken, Kamehameha, everybody's hitting the face. I want to hit the face too. Like, come on. But I like that it's getting the attention it deserves. But I just don't like the fact that now it's just a rigid play style everyone's doing now. And it's like they're copying a video where you can like put down a bomb, don't tell anybody, and then go ahead and counter off of that, and it blows up and comes back down. That's cool. But you have other teammates there trying to fight. Nobody expects a bomb to come up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Ace is pretty bad about dropping bombs on people.
Oh,
That's-
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
You're the
yes.
B-52? Okay.
To be-
The Hazuki?
No, I don't know how to do the aerial. I have not properly
Oh.
learned how to do that.
Oh,
It's
you
more
got.
I just place down a bomb at an inconvenient time and send everyone flying.
That's
If
legit
you-
like a complete play style now. People they build bombs and they have bombardier maxed and they just do aerial bombing the entire match.
Jeez.
More daddy, no.
Yeah.
No,
No,
dude,
Everybody
you
drop
don't
that
understand.
Shit on them.
Meme,
Oh my
troll
God, that sounds
builds
so
are
fun.
Morg's thing. That is
Oh
Morg's
my
forte.
God.
Builds.
It does
Oh.
damage. Don't get me wrong, but like if you don't expect it, it's a nuisance. It's worse than cluster bombing.
Bro, you know what I used to do? I'd go into Raging Brachydios hunts like in GU, and I would go in there with like a gunner set that does like rapid fire, load up, ammo saver, and then like status +2, and people are looking at my set going, status +2? Wait, what are you running? And they'll look at it and be like, kettle blower, what the fuck? And then and then I'll be like in there and I'll be like rapid firing all these parashots, poison shots, sleep shots, and people are like, why does this work? Like,
That's great. I love that. But then if you want to add in cluster bombing, I'm not your friend anymore. At least tell me. Tell me at least so I can
Hey.
pull a flinch-free max to stay on the back.
Like I was saying with the whole, like, you know, when we're doing like a bunch of crown hunts and stuff like that, we get loopy sometimes. So like, Ace, were you there when Chance pulled off the Benny Hill? What we call it?
What's
I
that?
think so. Yeah.
So
I think
you've heard of the Benny Hill music where they're like da 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 da, like a chase scene in cartoons and stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So he mounted, I think it was a Zuchi, right? When we were crown hunting a Zuchi, and the Shrine Ruins, he mounted it in the swamp area, and he just started Mario Kart running laps around the map.
Did he have the mod extender?
Yeah.
Did he have the mod? Oh my god.
So he was just
oh
like,
my god!
and then
troll.
we were having so much fun. And we had a guy on the, I'm not gonna say a name, but we're gonna have, he has hunted with us regularly on the Discord. He has not been back since. He was so perturbed by the. We have not seen him since or hunted with him since. Good friend of the show, but like, oh man.
You and your shenanigans, mister. Shame on you.
Really, Morg?
oh yeah, I'm
It
guilty
was
of that
not
shit,
me,
too.
dude. It was not me. But I am okay with those shenanigans because that's stuff that my brother. We have like, so when we were doing the Boggy and Roggy quest in the arena, he would cluster bomb. I would try to do the sequence break, right, where you don't have to go through the little ending cutscene. You just you hang in the wire bug and you get that sequence break and it goes a little faster. I do it because I think it's a fun challenge to do or goofy thing to do at the end of the quest rather than like, oh, I'm trying to get my time down because we're grinding so hard. But I was eating chocolate covered raisins while we were playing, and the quest had ended. I popped a couple in my mouth, and I got up on top of one of those pillars, right? And my brother comes up, and he's a light bow gunner, but he has cluster, and he shot the cluster shot, and I watched him do it, and I was like, what is he doing? And then it hit me, and I flew off. And the quest ended with like my head impacting the ground, and it did the sequence break. And I am not a JoJo fan. I am not, but the to be continued like is exactly what I thought of when that happened.
Save it?
Roundabout. Man.
I did not
love that
save it.
song.
I did not save it because what ended up happening, because I had just popped chocolate covered raisins in my nose, is I laughed so hard that chocolate came out of my nose, and that hurt.
Oh no!
So I didn't save anything. I was like,
okay.
I could not handle it. I was just like, oh no, it burns.
Oh my god! You know what? That reminds me of the time when we were like hunting like a tempered Velcana, and like the monster was asleep, and everybody's setting their bombs up or whatever, and I'm just putting mine down, put them down, and I turn the camera around. There's a Volcana coming at me at the wall, just all of a sudden. Like a freaking Looney Tunes cartoon. I'm a coyote, like going, uh-oh, you know.
TNT.
Yeah. Oh shit, that was so funny.
Acne's ready to blow up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just, so we like to have fun and do shenanigans, but like we don't try to get too trolly. We try to be at least somewhat aware of people's space, of like where they want to hunt and stuff. See, the thing is, for me as a hunter, I'm not the greatsword that's at the head the whole time, because once the head's broken, I don't care about the head anymore. I got to break the wings. I got to cut the tail. That's my thing. So Anjanath, you were talking about like everyone just wailing on him. Anjanath for me is a very focused fight, because
Really?
I got to break the nose bone or the head, right? You got to break the head so you get the nose bones, and then you got to cut the tail. And the way Anjanath stands, he's at an angle like this.
Yeah, kind of like this, yeah.
And his tail is here, so you got to cut the tail and certain animations when it tips down. So like that's a little hard for me. But then you got to break his legs, which is a new break. I know that may not be new, but anyways.
No, it was in World.
Yeah. You gotta break his legs, and then I know it's not a break but I always wish it to break is his sails when he pops up his sails.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see it all ripped up to shreds. That would be gnarly. Yeah,
I
I like
go
that.
for the sails. Now they are a weak point, to be fair, but I
Mhm.
go for the sails because unlike a lot of other greatsword users, I use hunting edge, the base one where you bounce off of them and use the aerial attack. Yes, it does
Yeah.
severely
Oh,
less
yeah.
damage. I don't care. It's cool.
That's what
I
life's
mean, me
all about.
personally, when I'm a great sword user, I love to use the wire button to come up and then just come back plunging down like Link from Smash. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
doing that all the way down the monster, seeing all that damage.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so visceral. I love doing that compared to the move that you mentioned because I keep missing that. I feel like, woo, I'm going up. Where's the monster? Oh, he's
Oh,
gonna blast me when I
it's-
come down.
You get real good at it hunting 200 boggy, I'll tell you that. You get real good at aiming that thing.
Yeah, because he's lower to the ground, so I commend you for even attempting that because he's pretty low
Yeah.
for me. Like, when for me using that or the insect glaive, I feel inclined like to use my base attacks on the ground first. Then when they're not moving all around, then wee, I'm gonna jump on you like Mario.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like being like, oh no, this weapon's popular. I'm out. I've done that before.
Mm.
I did that with Charge Blade. Actually, I was like, okay, I gotta move away from Charge Blade. Like it's just too many people doing it. I'm not okay with this. Like, so I tried to learn something new, and that's why in World I started with Longsword because I was thinking, okay, this is going to be the one where not everyone's using it, right? And then
Now,
I was wrong.
yeah, it's the edgy anime weapon.
I don't like that was the thing is like I am not a weeb. If anyone knows anything about me, I am not like super into that kind of stuff. I do not watch a lot of anime. I watch some, but not a lot. Like I am not that
Okay.
is not me. And people were calling me a weeb for using longsword and I'm like, dude, you don't know. It's just a longsword. We don't even call it a katana here. Don't even try.
I just started using longsword today, and specifically I'm using one of the two scythe longswords
Oh,
that you
Oh,
can
yeah.
craft because
the dark
the
side.
the I think so. Yeah, hold on.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
the
it
one
right
with the
here.
sinister cloth. Yeah, I
Ooh.
love that weapon.
It's cool. It's like a beak and it has like a red eye and everything. So cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love that weapon. I've
Actually,
always loved that
it's
weapon.
the tormentor. It's the one that just
Oh,
looks
the
like a big
OG.
sickle.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that one is very nostalgic to me because I ran longsword in Freedom Unite, and I can remember that's one of the more iconic designs that I used a
Yeah.
lot in that
Nice.
game.
Freedom, like
remember,
I said, I
remember
was
when
a
he used to
hammer
do
bro.
poison?
Yes,
Mhm.
I did. I
Yeah.
used to go Kush. I beat him with Kush using that. That was great.
Oh, I love that
I
one.
used to run hammer and longsword. When I needed tail stuff, I'd run longsword. And
Now,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's fine, man. Yeah.
No, for you got it. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I mean, I was a hammer bro all of second and third gen, but the longsword was always there to get the tail cuts. And then that's when I was like, all right, I'm done. I can't do hammer anymore. I need to do all the breaks every hunt. That's just me. That's just what I need to do. And that's when I got into Charge Blade. And yeah.
Now, I will admit, I'm not really good with the longsword in Rise. It feels weird. Like I had to
It
really
does.
adjust my camera angle to really grasp like my positioning. Because every time you swipe, you step forward, and I feel like I was getting too
Yeah.
close to the monster, and I was like, I just right now it's just not really in a good place for me. It's not a bad weapon at all, ton of damage, but I'm a scrub it up when it comes to longsword right
Well,
Oh yeah,
that's
I
one of the
still have
things.
to get used to it.
Yeah. That's one of the things I
It
always
looks-
say
yeah.
about weapons is sometimes a weapon just clicks with you, right? That's one of the things. That's for me. I normally main a weapon in a game. I'll change what that weapon is that I main between game to game. Like Generations Ultimate, I was Adept Greatsword, much to most people's like dismay because super up chops. Like I would do that all the time, unfortunately.
now.
Why aren't you running Valor mode?
Right. No. I'm never not using Adept. I used Adept Charge Blade in Generations.
Whoa, you're edgy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Why is that edgy?
Like the repositions you have to do with charge wave to come back onto a monster, it takes a little like Jimmy Neutron power out here.
Oh, no.
If you ask me,
I loved it because I had both adept ways, both adept styles. You get both the super block and you get the dodge. So
Yeah.
so that's why they gave the super block to Lance they gave the adept block to Lance in Rise. And that's why I actually use, you can replace your normal R guard with the circle like and I love that.
Oh.
So my Lance build has 3 counters. 3 different counters.
Guard point on hammer feels so good. I can actually stop the
block
roars.
projectiles with that thing, like bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is spicy.
Wait, have you fought Rajang yet, More Daddy?
No, well actually I have run into one before, but it was really funny because I think it was fighting a Volvidon. And
Doodle man again.
one of my favorite monsters. I'm sorry, but yeah, like it just happened to be in the same areas like where Rajang was taking a nap and so whatever. And so I was like, okay, well I'll just take this Volvidon, and then boom into the wall, boom into the wall, boom into the Rajang, and start riding the Rajang, and then just hyper beaming the shit out of that Volvidon. And my God, it's fun. Oh, I
want to know, can you use the counter to bunk the laser beam, or because the laser beam's only one like frame, right? It's not
I
yeah.
would assume.
Yeah, I think it might be pretty hard.
I would assume
have to get
you
the timing
can,
down.
and the reason why I assume you can is because as Greatsword, we probably just lost Ace because connection issues.
Yeah, he'll come back. Yeah.
I was just letting people know in case they got worried. I assume you can because the push block on Greatsword can block the beam.
Okay, yeah. So you don't need guard up.
No.
Do you need guard up? No. Oh, okay. That means I can block it. I just gotta get the timing right.
Do you mitigate when you use the shoulder charge?
I don't shoulder charge. I use the block, where you push the
sword.
You use the
sword
block.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And I have
when you use the shoulder charge, you have to have guard up.
Yeah. I don't know if the push block gives you some amount of guard up naturally. I don't know, but I have push blocked Rajang's. I push blocked a lot of stuff you shouldn't be able to, like Basarius' stuff, Basarius' beam. I can push block Roggy's poison and not get poisoned. Boggy's sleep.
Just to confirm, because I might get confused with terminology. When you say push block, is that the switch skill?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my name for the switch skill. I don't know what the actual name is. That's where you replace the shoulder check with the sword. A lot of people don't like to use it because it reduces sharpness. It actually is a block. But it also synergizes with offensive guard. And if you time it perfectly, you get an offensive guard buff. And that's why I like to use it.
I heard about that.
So,
I watched a video about that earlier. Okay.
I love offensive guard in this game. It's so good. Like you can use it in conjunction with Shoryugeki. You can use it on your lance. Like
my lance
I saw a video where
level 3.
I saw a video where my buddies Truzen Ogre and Polkajon, they were experimenting. I think it was with Beam and the longsword helm splitter. You can activate. I think it was the anchor guard.
Yeah,
and it will trigger off of the longsword's helm splitter.
It's freaking nasty. Now,
man,
how do you control when you? Because I use it a little bit, and I was like, it feels a little clunky. I'm used to like bash. I like my shoulder bash.
It's
so
slow.
when you do it's slow. So when you follow up, do you just go into attack, or do you just reset into a different position?
It depends. A lot of times, if you're on a bigger monster, it's okay to just do the push block because when you do the push block and it actually blocks something, that puts you into a true charge slash. You can just do that. A lot of times, that's what I end up doing because you do get some distance with the true charge, because the flip. But if not, if I'm just totally off base, I will just roll out of it.
Okay.
It really depends on the situation and the monster and everything. One of my favorite things to do is with Kazoo is you push block into his where he hunkers down and lightnings himself. You push block into that and it gives you a true charge. and you just go to town.
Very true.
Stuff like that.
I like to also do that, move it to the other switch skill where you could go into the air. So just like push block and then go straight up into the air and then follows up like right back down if I can. Like if I have 3 wire bugs, I definitely like just.
Yeah, I use the push block. I use the hunter's edge where you bounce off of them, and I use just the default one where you zip off to the side and sheath. The power sheath.
I'm trying to understand the one where like it switches your charge to be like a counter almost.
Oh, brimstone slash. Yeah,
it's not
I'm
called
trying to
brimstone.
practice that.
It replaces your supercharge though, and that's one of the problems I don't like about it. But it allows you to get a lot more damage situationally.
So how do you use it properly?
If there's if there's like a monster that's like coming at you, whatever, with like a big move, kind of like how like Mizune will do like the big jump into the air and then it's like spins around you and shit. Yeah, if you can time it just right, so then that way you're building it up and it comes and hits you and it's like right next to you, you can slam down right on that puppy and you can hit for big damage.
So is when I'm charging.
Yes. Yeah, you have.
You're
holding it.
Okay.
Yeah,
basically,
when you're charging, you'll take the damage, and then
instead of saying, "Okay, I got to abort because I'm charging, roll out of the way from this attack," or in my case, I push block through attacks like that instead. Instead of doing that, that's also why I don't use it because I use the push block instead of shoulder check. Because shoulder check, you'll totally get hit and get floored.
Yeah.
But with the brimstone slash, you take that hit and then give it back, essentially.
Because it reminds me, more Daddy, I don't know if you remember this, but you made me a resentment build in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate.
Oh,
where it was a complete raw damage greatsword, right? So you can like Bloodbath's greatsword if you want, right?
Yeah.
And you have resentment on, and you had like Dragon Hearts. And attack up large, and it had another ability I don't remember. It was something.
Crisis.
Yes. And you always have Frenzy as your special ability. Dude, you did so much damage with the Brimstone Slash.
Oh, God, I did stupid damage with it.
I was like, Mordaddy, thank you. I use that all the time against Amatsu. Every time brings them down.
Oh, my God. It's so good. Oh man, I've even come up with like some really stupid trolley builds. Like I made it was a heavy bowgun set that was like just full support. I think it was an alchemy style heavy bowgun, and it was with the Lao Shan cannon because it had no crouching fire. So I was like, how can I make this work? Oh, alchemy! There you go. Don't need to worry about crouching or anything like that. Just take, you consume your items and you get into all those SP modes. Everybody's regenerating health. You give them buffs. I think it was wide range 2, speed eating 2, botany 2. Oh shit, there were a bunch of skills on it. It was a really weird set, but it was awesome. And I liked going into like those heavy bowgun rooms where they're all like, Hame, bring your best longbow, your heavy bowgun set. And I'm like, okay, I brought it. Let's do this. And then they'll be like, kicked, and I'll be like,
bro,
I saw it coming.
I think
what did I expect?
Know that Mordaddy is like he's like the forger of different builds. You guys pretty much know that now, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Like, dude, but the chat, like audience, like Mordaddy, if you guys are like, I don't know what to build, I'm feeling kind of like anxiety, I want to do meta, whatever, just go to Mordaddy. He will give you something that's so like off the beaten path, but you're gonna have so much fun with it, like all the time, every time. So good.
I found ways to be able to put latent power, and I think it was Dragon Spirit into sets, especially for longsword. If you're using Devouring Demon mode, you're losing health constantly. And it also contributes to triggering latent power, ladies and gentlemen. It's good. 50% affinity, plus 10% raw, and you got high element resistance. Damn!
I'm telling y'all right here, this dude is a forger, bro. It's crazy.
Trues and Ogre and I, we stay up until like 3 o'clock in the morning, talking 5 hours at a time, just talking shop. It's fun. He actually convinced me to get into, I think it was antivirus as a skill, and Chaos Gore weapons with antivirus
So you got inspired from him with the antivirus because I use that now
Yeah.
every time I'm using it. It's so amazing, so good.
Man. It's a
Good.
fabulous skill. Oh,
Yes!
I couldn't praise it enough.
I can't wait till Morg breaks Hellfire. That's
Oh yeah, please.
I'm
I
gonna
can't-
find
please.
ways to make it work. I'm gonna try. It's gonna be tricky, but I'll find a way to make it work.
I'm ready and willing. Like, please. Now,
Yep.
one other weapon that you were speaking about for it, and is one of my all-time favorite. Like, it's the lance. The lance just gets the job done. You feel like a valiant knight. That is what I call my community, the valiant knight, the ages of valor. I'm like, guys, pick up the lance. Because now, shout out to Spectacular Poe, we do something now what we call pink belly. You guys ever watch Ed and Eddie? Ed and
Yes.
Eddie? When basically Double D was withholding information from the group. So Ed had told Ed to hold down Double D and slap his stomach, and he kept saying, "Pink belly."
Oh my
Pink
god.
belly. So now what we do, especially fighting monsters that are real big, we'll use the lance swipe. We'll full on have like max out focus, full on attack damage, full on crit, and just smack and say pink belly.
Oh my,
Nice.
Just
oh my god.
So-
back and forth. I love it.
So when I picked up
so
the
good.
lance,
Oh, it's
I
beautiful.
picked it up because I was like, you know what? I want to get back to some Monster Hunter 1 lance. I was
Oh
like,
my god.
I was like, I want to feel like what it was to headlock something because
Yeah.
that was,
You know what headlocking is, dude?
yeah.
Wait.
It was
dude?
It was a terrible, and I hated it, but I remember it, and I partook in it, and I never. This is the reason why I kill when I crown hunt and do all this stuff is because headlocking was fully. We're gonna headlock, cut the tail, plate, nope, beep, out, and then, like, no, and then like you would suicide if you got a plate, like.
Oh my god.
I hated it because I was like, we're here to hunt. We're here to
NCH
hunt.
Productions' first video was all about that, where the lance was poking at the head and everybody else chopping the tail off, getting
Yeah.
the cards in. Did you get a plate? No. Well, I
And
got a spike. Come on,
headlocking-
guys, this is a good piece.
And I will still say headlocking has never been a thing since that first gen. And yeah, a lot of people have come out and said that like, oh well, fourth gen it was pretty good to headlock with greatsword, I guess, against Rajang or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't consider that headlocking. That is not the poke, back, poke,
It's more like a
poke, back,
stagger
poke.
than anything.
Yeah, it's
Or just tripping, infinite tripping.
Yeah.
So I get what people are saying when they say that's headlocking. I just don't agree. But like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do some Monster Hunter 1 stuff. So I looked at the Switch skills, and that's what I did because to get the guild card achievement, you have to have every Switch skill unlocked, which means you have to craft 15 of every weapon. So I had already done that, and I was like, okay, I'm looking through the lance. So definitely the guard where I get to counter, cool. I'll take that other counter. And then I looked at the what's the other switch skill I have? Oh, the shield, like the charge, right? And you're like, wait, I can do that with the shield, and it does KO now, and it blocks.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Now here's the thing: I have not played Lance in so long. I didn't know the swipe had a focus attack.
Yeah, it has a
I didn't
charge.
know. I knew the swipe existed, but so I was like doing just poke, back hop, poke, back hop, poke, like counter, poke. I wasn't doing any swipes. So now I'm doing poke, swipe, poke, swipe,
Yes.
poke, swipe. It's just like, oh, because if you pepper it in, but the swipe is the second one, you still get the bonus damage on the third poke. And I was like, this is cool.
I know a little cheeky thing is like I've seen G rank Kuropeko do this, where you can go in with a charge to get that full momentum and get all that damage. Back hop straight into a swipe, just swipe.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a lot of damage. I was like, he did like almost with the Diablo's horn with a simple build with nothing to write home about. It was like attack up, crit, a little bit like that,
That
and
is
focus.
That is G Rank's
He
thing.
like-
That is
Yes,
his thing.
he's the
Yeah.
god of Lance, and he just did
Yes.
like almost like 700 damage with that full combo alone. I was like, ow. full on to the head, poking in onto the Rathian, into the swipe. I'm like, dude, you're blowing my mind with these numbers. What is going on here? Like, how are you doing this much damage? He's like, you know, G rank. He's so calm. He's like, I don't know, I'm just hitting things.
Yeah,
Like,
he was a good episode. That was a really good. We had him on. I know the date to the day for other reasons, but I know the date, which is June 5th, 2018. We had him on the podcast. He had just HR 999 World.
I was there for that event. I was so happy for him.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you're done. He's such a good guy, and I learned a lot from him with Lance. But now that it's just Lance is in such a good place, and I wish more people would use it.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, why do you use the Lance for? It's so boring. All you do is poke. I'm like, you can pink belly now. Hello.
Yeah.
You can slap freaking titties now. Hello. What are you doing?
Did any of you guys see the challenge that Sephiroth has taken on himself?
Oh,
you know the origami?
Yeah, collecting 1,000 of the origami switch axes.
Oh yeah,
because it said that there's some sort of good fortune or something like that.
Gaming journalists have been picking him up. I've seen articles talking about him now.
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, like I think there's like a German news article that's all about it too. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if it actually does have some weird reward or mechanic.
Because isn't there like some folklore or something that you will like keep making folding origami, your wish will come true or something like that? Like, don't quote me on it. You have to look it up. But like, if you keep making a whole bunch of origami, I think if you make like 100 or 1,000 of them, your wish will come true. So maybe that's what he's doing. But what you have to kill to get on an origami switch axe?
He needs Acnosome
capture a Mizusune.
There's like 3 different monster parts. I'm pretty sure involved in that.
One of them is Acnosome crests. You need the tickets, the town tickets.
Kimura tickets.
Tickets, yeah.
Do you guys know how to farm those? Or so? Please let me know. Like, I don't know how to get those. Like, I'm sitting here. Rampages?
Rampages is one way to do it. I think you can also do like Kimura. I can't remember if you do. No, you don't do optional quests. It's the Kimura request missions too. Can do that too.
Yeah. So
like if you do enough of those.
He had said, actually, in the article I read about him, he had said that he normally does Acnosome in the village quest, and because village quests also get the tickets. So he'll do the Acnosome in the village quest to both double up on the crests and the tickets. And then I guess there was another part, and I don't remember what that other part is. So it's not 3 monsters as much as it's 2 monsters and the tickets. And I just don't
writing down notes, because I need tickets bad. I'm out here like David Chappelle. Like, you got tickets? I'm scratching.
You got those tickets, man. You got those tickets.
You got those tickets right now, bro. Oh, that's a ticket right there. Oh, yo, listen, I'll do that, hunt. No problem, my G. Like, I'll do it. Roger, no problem. I'll do the tickets.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Acnosome, Crest, Golden Muck, and Volvidon Shell.
Golden Muck?
He's got to do Almadron, eh?
Oh, the Golden Muck drop though, bro. Like,
it's not bad on shinies.
Can you get shinies?
It's not bad on shinies. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, how many mucks does he need? 3, 4?
I think it's 2.
And then
that's okay.
2 for the muck and the shell, and then 1 of each for the Kamura ticket and the Acnosome crest. So
if it was any more than that, honestly, I would be like, bro, this is a very strenuous task. But he got it in the bag. I can't wait to see the finale. How many's up to now?
Shit.
I'd have to check. I haven't checked in a while.
Because he's been doing it for like what, 3 days now? A week?
Oh, he's got to use it
over 100. I wonder if it'd be something like including him in the next game, or like giving him a specific like monster that he can request to be put into the game, something like that.
Dude,
that's all purely speculation.
Please put
let me preface this. This is purely speculation on Ace's part. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's just what I was saying.
I like this speculation rumor. This is great because if he wishes for something, put in Omega Shinron. I just want to fight him with swords and dodge. Yes.
I am
Just
so tagging Sephiroth for this. Oh man, yeah, I'm
No,
pumped out for this,
Grigory
man.
is his name pronounced Grigory from Dragon's Dogma. Let's fight him. That big red dragon that has all the
Oh,
elements.
yeah.
Yes, that would be awesome. No, you
I
are a dragon.
I hate
Gr-
Dragon's Dogma so much. I can't.
What, bro? Listen, I'll
Okay,
say this
let
is a
me
little story.
blow before you get off. I understand it's a good game. I have it.
Okay.
Let me. There's a reason why I can't get into it, and it's because they tried to sell it as the Western audience didn't understand Monster Hunter. So here's a Western audience game. That is why that game. That's why that got made, and that left such a sour taste in my mouth. It took me until 2 years ago to play it when it came out on Switch, and I was still like, I like the game. I can't play it. It's like
I respect that.
it's a kick in my face because it's like I've been a fan since day one. I've been begging for your games, and you just don't give them to me.
Now, see, when Dragon's Dogma came out, I'm not gonna lie, I played that game for 2 weeks straight
Oh yeah.
without eating, bathing, or anything. I am not kidding you. It was so bad that I went into a mini coma for 2 days. My dad had to really call the paramedics. I was just in the room. It was a hot summer week, 2 weeks, just played it back to back, multiple playthroughs. When I was done, I crashed. And when I woke up, I haven't seen the paramedics over here putting me on an IV, checking my blood pressure, asking me, okay. They was like, you went into like a little cardiac arrest. What were you doing? And I was like, well, I said out my mouth, Dragon's Dogma. I just laid there on a fucking gurney. My dad's like, what's wrong with you? I got addicted, man. 2 weeks. I only did that with that game in Skyrim.
Geez.
Skyrim, I played that for like a month straight. I binged it, but I learned from Dragon's Dogma. I drank water and I bathed, so it worked out. But I lost like about 30 pounds playing Skyrim.
Oh my god, man!
I don't know.
I had the opportunity to do the same thing with Rise, actually. So
whoa.
I didn't. Obviously, I did not do that. I took breaks. I ate. I bathed and that kind of stuff. So my I was talking about my brother being here for a week and then not. I'm taking care of my grandmother. My parents decided to take a vacation, right? So like my dad, who's the head of the company, is like, okay, telling our customers, I'm going to be out of town. You can call. We still have someone at support, which is just me. We're a 3-person company. It's me, my brother, and my dad.
Oh, like that's beautiful. Okay.
And I was like, it's just me. So like, and they're like, if anything goes wrong, you can call him. But like, if something super goes wrong, like you might be just try not to have anything go wrong because I'm out of town. It's basically his mentality. So what that meant is I had nothing happen. I had like to do like some research for a sales thing on like Tuesday of that week. So the whole week, immediately after Monster Hunter Rise released, I had nobody or nothing. I played Monster Hunter from up until dawn. Like
nice.
That was what I did. In like what, day 3 I had cleared HR7 and everything. So
it just captivates you, man. Like Dragon's Dogma, to be precise, it's like a portion of the game where you could just go down like levels into like this abyss and just fight various bosses just until your heart content. I was just like sucked into that concept. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna fight here. It could be a Hydra. It could be like a weird ass like I don't know, succubus or something. It could be a big other dragon. Then the UR dragon itself was like a whole community based monster where everybody partaked in doing damage periodically, and the last person to kill it will get like unique rewards. It will boost up your pawns. It will boost up and max out your gear that you're wearing. So I was just on it like just constantly. It was nuts.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I feel like I wasted my money when I bought it on Switch because I played like the tutorial and I was like, I'm out. I can't.
Did you at least fight the daemon, the final boss?
No.
No. It's a big brolic hulking beast with wings, and he's a demon.
He gets you out of the tutorial. I mean, I was basically in the free roam where I was like, I remember I got in a fight that was like well above my head one time because I went up on this hill and there was like these mages, and I was like, oh yeah,
Oh.
not a bad thing. Just get in close, kill them, and then like while I was attacking the mages, a bunch of wolves came at me or something like that. And then like I only ended up surviving because I kicked the mage off the cliff by one of the abilities, and I was like, or something like that. Like it, don't get me wrong, this is like 2 years ago. I played this like very lightly, so
Now, what I loved about
clearly.
that, I remember that it's a I call it a pseudo quest, essentially where it doesn't necessarily have you to really do it,
Mhm.
but there's a small quest with that where those ages are stealing kids from the city and feeding them to the wolves. If you
Oh,
walk around and listen to NPCs, some like I haven't seen my son, I don't know where he is. In the daytime cycle, more NPCs will be in the in the main hall, like
Mhm.
around the fountain, and they'll be saying that like I don't know where little Timmy is or what have you, because the mages are coming at night, taking kids and feeding them to the wolves to turn them into hellhounds.
oh.
Wow.
Freaking nuts. See, that's why I like Dragon's Dogma. There's little things like if you pay attention, you'll be like, oh, so this is why that's happening. Okay.
Hold
It's
on a
stuff like
second.
that. It's great.
Okay,
Oh,
I
it's,
thought my kids were yelling. It's the TV in the
oh,
living room. Never mind.
oh, okay. It's okay.
Whew. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm getting overzealous about Dragon's Dogma. We
No,
can
it's
leave that.
it's
Oh,
totally
no,
fine.
Dragon's
I did
Dogma is an
not
awesome game.
want to interrupt you, but I was like, that literally sounds like someone screaming for me, and I'm like, what's going on? They're not super young.
More Daddy, did you beat it? Did you fight Damon? I have to ask that. That's such a pinnacle boss.
My brother has actually gotten hella farther than I have because I don't know what it is about the NPCs, but it feels like I've got like 3 handlers on my ass, and I'm like,
Yeah.
could you please shut up? Shut up.
The
And then
wings of fire are risen. The
Yeah.
wings of fire.
Yeah.
Use ice to
my God.
destroy the harpies.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Or like you'll just go to like the same like, oh, that tree looks very interesting. I wonder what's up with that. I'm like, I've already beaten that quest. You don't have to give me hints about it anymore. And then like 30 hours later, there's something interesting about that. I'm like, ah!
There's a funny thing, and it's kind of trolly that I think you might like more, Daddy. On PC, there's
Yeah.
a glitch people are doing with their pawns specifically.
Oh,
They're
yeah?
maxed out their the pawns to have all the knowledge in the world. So as soon as you retrieve them and they come into your world, they'll keep talking. They'll tell
Oh,
you everything.
no.
Everything. And if you go outside, like the hub, they'll do it all over again.
Oh no!
It's a glitch that people are doing, maxing them out to like 99, all the knowledge in the game, and they'll just, hey, they're weak to this. Did you know this? Did you know that? Did you find this? You can find this. It's like, can you please stop?
Oh, it's not just great. It's like, do you have like an internal filter? Oh, shut the fuck up!
Oh man, but I
So-
thought you might like it. It's a troll.
Oh, I like being
Yeah.
trolled,
So-
and I like
He
trolling.
likes
but
trolling.
My God!
Did we want to get into cyberbullying?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I was
yeah,
starting
sure.
to think of. However,
Sure.
Yeah,
we
20
do
minutes.
have yeah, so real quick.
Oh, and then we had a time limit.
we don't have a time we
Chop,
don't
chop.
have a time limit, but it is 2 hours in almost.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So I will say that we have someone in the chat asking about the controller. We'll be drawing for that through I'll be using a wheel of names as long as you join the Discord and just do a comment on the contest portion. There's just leave a content. It's called Monster Hunter Rise contest. It's a channel on our Discord. And it's at the end, yeah. Anyways. So cyberbullying is what we had intended to talk to for the major topic tonight, and I'm okay just having fun and BSing about games and Monster Hunter and stuff, because I mean that's why this podcast exists. But this is an important issue, I think, and a lot of it's come up with Monster Hunter recently in the community and stuff. And a lot of it, we kind of touched on it a little bit on why it is something that maybe we care about a lot, because we are such as a community, and it sounded like Eli yours as well, of play your own way and don't really like don't be backseat gaming or telling people how to experience something or that kind of stuff. And that's the angle that I've seen the cyberbullying stuff. But obviously, this is part of what when Morg talked about you coming on that you guys really wanted to talk about. So why don't you kick us off, Eli, and tell us what you went through or what's going on.
Okay, I'll do the best to not rant so we don't waste any time or what have you. I'll just, I'll just go. Let's go. So basically, Morn Daddy and I, we were talking about it on a stream the other day about it's more than so just people backseating and having the concept of like telling people how to play. It's like I'll explain it and without being brash, but it is what it is. People are being rude assholes. Where they're taking it up a level to whereas they're being racist, they're bullying people, and they're in other communities that are on social media platforms, and everybody's okay with it. Like this whole concept of just being like berating people and chastising them from not even gameplay anymore, but because the color of their skin or where they're from or what they're doing is beyond me. And it brings me to the point when you mentioned about the Je suis Monte. That was something that originated for you where French users would use the insect glaive, and we went to the part of calling it a baguette. And it's a derogatory term that stayed with us for a long time, and we were just okay with it. Like, it was even to the point on my stream, we were like, oh, hey, look, we have somebody as a Je suis Monte user who's using a baguette or whatever. And not thinking of the connotation of it, that's rude.
It was entirely anti-French, and the point where I was always just like, that's weird. Like I didn't. We had a very when I dealt with this as a moderator on r/Monster Hunter years ago, during the 4U days, when this all came out, like it was like, okay, so I get it. It's haha, they're French, like whatever. And that's been a thing for ages here in the United States to make fun of French for being cowards because of World War II. That's some really weird, like, hangover stuff from, people are racist. I mean, that just happens. And I call it nationalist because a lot of people...
It would be, nationalist,
yeah. But, I mean, we don't want to be... that's not okay, right? And it's just because it's normalized doesn't mean it's okay. But at the time, it was like, I was a bit weird. And then I had someone who was French personally messaged me because I was a moderator, and they were like, hey, Fort, I'm from France. And I don't understand why it feels so unwelcoming to me being a French player. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, I like, let me delve into this a little further. Right. And I looked at the posts and that kind of stuff that reported it and things. And I was like, oh, and it was literally like he said, like, well, like it was like a Jesus Monte like meme post or whatever, and the guy was like, hey, it kind of sucks. Could you guys like not talk about that? Because like I got kicked for like being French and having an insect glaive, and I'm not terrible. Wait. I know when to mount, right? And like literally like 70 replies to him are Jesus Monte and stuff like that, and or go home Frenchie or stuff like that. And it's just like, what do you mean go home? It's the internet. What the fuck are you thinking? Like he is probably home.
God,
yeah.
And it's
brutal.
It's stuff like that, and that's what really brought it up to me. And I was just like, hey, do not be using this term anymore. I don't care how funny you think it is, right? Like it doesn't. Even if someone chuckles, that doesn't even mean it's okay to do. It's like, and like, it's not like, to be honest, it is a thing in a game, right? So you can't always take it seriously. But then again, this is supposed to be people's like relaxation or something they do to feel safe in community with other people and that kind of thing. And suddenly you're making them feel alienated because where they were born. Like, they can't help that. Like, just like anything with like color of skin stuff. And I was like, there shouldn't be anything wrong with that. And personally, we talked about this just 2 weeks ago with the This Is My Land. I blanked on the name.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you know a little bit about this, Eli, but there was a Steam game about as you play as a indigenous native to the Western United States. Basically,
So
like
it's called "This Is My Land."
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was seen as a little tone deaf to the problems of indigenous people in the Western United States.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about it, being I am from the Shawnee tribe here in Ohio, and granted I'm a mix, obviously, but like I grew up in the tribe. That was my straight out religion for the beginning of my life. So like I am at least aware of what my tribe and that kind of stuff. So I felt like maybe with a pinch of salt, because I'm not a Western tribe, my thoughts might matter on that. Um, it's just weird because like the couple times I decided to wear, like, I used to have really long hair that's really indicative of my heritage and that kind of stuff. And I wore a choker at one time, and they were like, that's the only time I ever saw any racism, so I stopped wearing it. And I was like, why? As a high schooler, I was like, man, I'm never wearing that again. Like, people hated me.
Oh.
And older now, I wouldn't really put up with that. But in high school I did, and I was really meek in high school on those kind of things. But like, like, it's not okay. It's not okay to do any of that. And it's not okay to do that in a game. It's not okay to do that in real life. It doesn't matter where you're at and what you're doing. Words hurt. Sticks and stones hurt too. But like, words can hurt, and they can really affect someone. Now, granted, my tribe and my mentality has always been like, well, what did you expect? Like, that's always been my mentality. Of like, people are horrible, and what did you expect? Kind of like,
I respect that. Yeah.
You kind of just
It's like,
gotta gotta have some tough skin too, right?
Yeah.
But it's just not okay. So what exactly happened with you, Eli? If you don't mind me asking.
So I'll break it down a little bit more because I got a little tongue tied there because it's in my head about it. But basically, so just starting out, just to put a blueprint. When I first started playing Monster Hunter, like I said, I pretty much played it with my brother until Ad Hoc Party came out. From there, it was chill and copacetic. You could talk to people you want to, but it was fine. Like, I remember when Monster Hunter was around, it was a real community. I felt safe. I can hang out. Maybe once or twice you get a weird goofball, but it's like, it's an asteroid going by. Like, it's just skimming by. But it was great. I loved it. Now, to speed it up to present day as a content creator and, having a platform, and I'm trying to teach my community, like, listen, if people come in here, just have them open arms. If they play any type of way, they're more than welcome to, and they can do whatever they want. I even had some cases on my own side. I had to glow up because when I was playing for you, I did get annoyed by the French insect glaive users because at the time when you had somebody mount, you couldn't necessarily do anything. You had to wait till the mount was over because if you hit them, it would, knock them off or what have you. So I was annoyed in aspect, but never came to anything because where you came from or whatever have you. Nothing. It was only
you didn't like mount spamming, which is fair.
That's it. Mount spamming was atrocious to me, especially if you're fighting a TO, a level 140 TO. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
See, what I'm saying? So it was annoying, but that was it. Never because you were French or whatever have you, anything. It was just the term, Jessie Monte, associated with insect users. And then I seen the meme of, you've probably seen it on Google, what like an insect glaive being a baguette. That's it. But when somebody came in and I was like, oh, hey, you're a baguette user. And it was like, oh, I don't want to use I don't want to use an insect glaive now. And I was like, no, I'm not trying to disrespect you. I didn't mean to, do any harm to you. I would never want to do that to you. It's just something I know in terms of like a social term with Monster Hunter. And I had to reflect and check, like, what's really going on here? So I did a background and I've seen some things, like you said, where people are literally chastising and abusing French gamers, French hunters because of their play style, or not even that. They don't even necessarily even have to use an insect glaive. Yeah. You're from France. I see you using some French words when it comes up in the captions. you're gonna spam, you're gonna do this, you're annoying, I don't want you in my session. And I was like, I don't want to be that reflection to tell my community like it's okay to say just be Monte, to say baguettes or anything like that. They should be able to use whatever they want. I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable about that.
And see, I'm kind of reflecting on that now. I can definitely remember because when I came back into the series with 4 Ultimate, uh, Insect Glaive was my main because I'd gone from like what the original 10 or so weapons that we had
Yeah.
to having a bunch. I remember I can
14.
definitely remember a few times where just entering into like a random lobby, they would see that I was Insect Glaive and then immediately I would drop out of the session because I got kicked.
Yeah.
So it seems like that was super prevalent actually and bled into just normal users as well, which now that I'm thinking of it is kind of fucking shitty.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, you couldn't play
Same
with
thing
other people.
happened. Same thing even happened with Prowler users, like in Generations Ultimate.
Yeah.
Like they will never accept a cat in their lobby. They'll be like, "Hey,
I
go
did.
pick a proper
That's
weapon."
how we beat
And I'm
Apex
like,
Arceus, right?
"Yeah, I've beaten Apexes with a fucking cat. It's possible." It's not that the cat's bad. It's just the players are bad. I actually tell that to meta players. I'm like, well, why are you riding on meta? It's just crutches. Play with something less, useful. Show me that you're an actual hunter by playing with something off meta.
Well,
if you can get the job done with something less, then you're in my good books, mister.
I wouldn't go as far to say that's always a crutch, right? Or maybe, let me think of a different way to word this. There are people who are unable to dedicate the same amount of time that a lot of other people can, right?
Yeah.
I have a good friend, and I won't name him, but he relies on meta so that he can understand. It's a shortcut for him to understand, okay, so what should I be focusing on to maximize my time to be able to even play the content, right? Because if I'm out there fiddle-faddling around trying to figure out what my build is, I'm not really getting the experience I want to get. Now, I don't blame people for playing meta as much as people playing meta and then saying, why aren't you playing meta? I think the second
that makes sense.
The second part of that is the problem.
Yeah.
It is. It's a really big issue. Or Daddy, go ahead before I make my statement.
Well, I was also going to say that, I've actually found my way into lobbies, and then every time I go in there, they're super leery. Like, they're really defensive and very scared to actually play with other people from other parts of the globe. They're very in their own circle because they're scared of being, persecuted for being French. It's like, I don't care, Bonjour, je m'appelle Morgan, and then I'll be like, oui, ça va? And they'll be like, oh, French, and then I'll be like,
sorry, Canadian.
Je n'ai pas parlé français.
Sorry,
je n'ai pas parlé français.
Sorry, Canadian.
Canadian, I speak a little bit, but I can relate. But and then we'll have like a good time with them, But like, like the thing is that. Like I even played with like time attackers, and I actually have conversations with a number of time attackers, and they'll ask me, well, why don't you do meta? And I'm like, because I like challenge, I like the edge, I like flying by the seat of my pants and being scared shitless every time I'm in a hunt. I like having a monkey wrench thrown in there for the fun of it. Have you? And then I'll ask them, like, have you not played a match where you're sweating bullets, you've got this much health, and that any risk that you take, if you fumble for even a second, you're dead and the mission's over, but you managed to pull through and win? You ever had that high, bro? And they're like, you are such a thrill seeker. You're insane, but we love you for it. And
yeah, I mean... you remember you two, Ace and more, you guys remember my story about Auto Call, the first time I beat it. I soloed it with Adept Greatsword. I didn't know what to bring into the hunt, so I think I brought poison, or maybe I don't know. But I was down to 3 seconds or something like that left in the quest. No healing, like that much health left, like a smidge left. And I did the final hit and it died, and I had my whole living room of family there. My grandmother was visiting at the time too, and then everyone's like, "Yeah!" We're like, we had like a crowd, and I beat it, and I was
That's
sweating bullets,
beautiful.
and I was just like, I didn't intend to play this in front of my family. They were all doing other things. I'm like, I'm gonna play some Monster Hunter. Like I'm just gonna. Oh, this is what I got to do next. Auto call. Okay, sure. Would never fought it before. Let's do it. And and that's kind of what ended up happening. And I didn't know what was going into that fight and that kind of thing. Now, don't get me wrong. Time attacking is another way to get content out of the game, just like I do crown hunting. It's like the best I can be. And there's people who do the time attacking stuff. I do not think that in general time attacking or the mentality of time attacking is necessarily the problem. That's sort of the other part of the thing.
No.
Is there's a lot of backlash on, oh, you're a time attacker. That means you think the game is trash. And like I don't think that that's necessarily fair to people who time attack, but
No.
at the same time there that does seem to be the kind of hunter that is pushing that message, the play meta or get
Right.
out. And
Now, one thing that Still Drifter said in chat says, in terms of when it comes to Morg Daddy's statement about a crutch, like he
Yeah.
disagrees, it is a crutch technically, but people have this misconception that a crutch is always a bad thing. Keep in mind that a crutch in real life is a healing tool which is used to allow you to perform on a level which you wouldn't be able to otherwise. Morg Daddy also
I agree.
retorted and says, having been on crutches after having a torn ligament, which I'm sorry for that, in his
It
foot,
happened, yeah.
I completely understand when it's essential. I recommend it, and I agree with that. Like it's
Yeah.
a time and place where, like I said earlier, I tell people if you want to go to Team Darkside because that's like the top tier people like to go check out. Look at their builds,
Yeah.
interpret it into your play style, and then work with it. You don't have to go bar for bar, word for word, whatever they have iterated for you. Just have fun with it. Enjoy the game for what it is, but. Like you said, it is different when somebody says, dude, why aren't you using the meta? And they're berating you about it. They're chastising you for it.
Exactly.
They're kicking you out of lobbies. They're looking at you different. That does mess with the Monster Hunter community. And that's one thing I want to touch about in terms of bullying. There are a lot of people in Monster Hunter community that they don't talk about it, have a lot of mental instabilities. A lot. A lot of people come in the chat. They're timid. They have anxiety. They're unsure of their own personal skill as a hunter. They're unsure if they can even use this own weapon in the game. They're like really like don't know what to do. And I try to reassure them, you can come in here, it's fine. Whatever level of skill base you may be, we can do that. If you want to elevate yourself, that's cool. If you're just here for casual hunting, that's fine too. But don't feel afraid that I'm gonna chastise you for a build or whatever, or I'm gonna chastise you for anything like that. I might joke around about some things, but never to make you feel like you're unwanted or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, what I miss, or rather at least I didn't see now when it comes to the coming age of like social media, when it comes to Monster Hunter, we're losing that factor of camaraderie. Like when people are just hanging out with one another, trying to build each other up, trying to elevate each other, not only in the game, but like in life. To become social network partners or something and networking together to be a better person. That's not really here now anymore in Monster Hunter. Can I get clout? Can I become relevant? Can I become the biggest of the biggest thing I could possibly be? And sorry to say, I'm going to step on anybody else to get there. And if I have a community here that's showing my support to get me out there, what are you doing in hindsight that everybody else is watching you? They see you being this narcissistic person, they're going to emulate that. If they see you going to always constantly doing meta and frowning upon somebody else's build because they're not a time attacker or they're not doing efficient damage, they're going to emulate that and do that to somebody else.
Exactly.
And I see that nowadays in social media, in terms of the Monster Hunter community, I'm not naming any names, but if you like just anybody takes the time to just look at it, there are a lot of people who made it up here on the Western side who just don't care anymore. Like, I'm here, I made it, and I'm not here for anybody else but myself and my clique. If you follow me and you do all this evil, malicious things I do, it is what it is.
We know who you are.
Okay.
We're coming for you. We take your shoes, brother.
Take all the laundry, too. You don't need to wear any clothes, just savage. But that's
we'll
what
have
I
you
told Morgan.
the walk of shame, bro.
Because I just feel like, listen, even you guys in Monster Hunter Pub, you guys are beautiful gentlemen, and I appreciate you even if I'm only here for a day. I can tell the energy that you're welcome, everybody with open arms, no matter what shade of color, wherever they're from. You just want to hunt and you want to have fun. that's not a big thing nowadays anymore. When people say like,
No.
"Yo, I'm on, I can hunt with viewers and stuff like that," they don't really necessarily care about that factor. All they care about is you coming through for numbers, and that's that. They don't care about if you're mentally stable, if you're okay, if you're going through any things and
Oh
want to help
yeah.
build you up. They only care about themselves. They care about that check, and they care about that clout. And it's disgusting to me.
Yeah.
I feel like if
Yeah.
you are an influencer and you're part of the Monster Hunter community, you should uphold the old traditions of being a community.
Mm-hmm.
You should just do that very least thing. If you see somebody's in chat, they're like being berated by your own regulars, people are making fun of them and joking around with them. Don't take that lightly. Call out on that. Rectify that. Like, correct them. Like, why are you chest hunting somebody who is an HR3 and they're using a mixed build? Why not take the time to help them? Play with them,
Yeah.
figure out their play style. That if they want to do a mixed build, okay, let's check it out. Why don't you take the next step level and use that build that they're using? See what they can put little improvements on it just to have their own play style. Don't correct them. Here, if you like being a gatherer, let's see what we could do to make you an efficient gatherer if you want to do that. Or let's go ahead and use a weapon that'll help you out in a battle so you don't get carded or something, so you can do what you want to do and take pictures of endemic life. Why frown upon that?
By the way, I have Pokemon Snapped the whole game as well. I have taken a picture of everything in the Hunter's Notes. That is other thing I have done. I will say, I will expound upon that, and when you talk about like, talk to someone, talk about their build and that kind of stuff, and help them along. Sometimes people don't even want the help with their build. Like maybe they just want to talk about like, I did this because of this. Like they may not be on the right track, or they may not know some information. You can give them some more information, but sometimes, because a lot of times, look, I've been doing this podcast for a long time. There are some people who know me, but most people don't, right? And sometimes people will come on and be like, "Bro, why are you running Part Breaker 3?" Like,
yeah, I feel you. Yeah,
they're like, "Who cares about Part Breaker?" And I'm like, 100% me, best skill in the game, has been every game, and I'll tell you why.
Right.
That's me. I run Part Breaker. Those are the two things I focus on the Greatsword build. Part Breaker and focus. That's it. I don't care about the attack. I forego attack for focus. I forget.
and I agree exactly what you're saying, and that's another point where we have to also make people feel secure enough to make their statements and be strong with their own standpoint. Because a lot of people are really quick to just limbo into whatever somebody else says. Like you said, if you like making part breaker builds, do you be the best part breaker person you could be. If somebody calls you out on it, you should be able to make your statement, and that's it. Whatever else they say is irrelevant. Leave it alone. It's a difference between you can see pure criticism and somebody just out here just being a blatant asshole to you, being arrogant to you. There's two different things you can see that when somebody's really trying to innately, hey, I'm here to be your friend. Let's talk about some things. We can just talk about hunting in general. I mean, talk about your build. Where somebody else is like, bro, you're freaking trash, my G. What are you doing with this? You take 25 minutes to kill a Rathian? You're a freaking schmoo. Like, you'll see that. That's a real thing that when you go into, like, as a viewer, at least from me, because I like to, like, chill in people's different chats, especially in the Monster Hunter, you can have that one dandy that's on the screen just not blinking like he's a damn chameleon playing a Monster Hunter. His chat is just going on, maybe 300, 500 people in there just berating each other about their builds, and not once he bothers to look at it and correct the body on it. And then we have to pick up the riffraff when these other people trying to come into the comfort zone. They're fragile now. They're insecure. They don't know what to do because they've been berated by everybody else they came into. You didn't take the time to help those people out where you can clearly see your chat's being a muck monster and you didn't do anything about it. I don't like that aspect in the community when it comes to the platform of social media. It's horrible.
Yeah, there were actually a couple of streamers where I actually couldn't watch any of their stuff because, like some of the people were just absolutely toxic. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
you guys,
there's a couple. So I like to keep people not necessarily in check, but I like to have a conversation with people when things don't go the way that I like them to go.
That's the right word. Yeah.
Where Sorry, I wasn't trying to correct you. I was just, thinking
No,
my
that's the
standpoint.
proper term they're obviously say to have a conversation, not just like you get down and give me 50 maggot. Like no, you
Right.
just I'm the drill sergeant.
I've had so like running this podcast, like this to me and my idea, right? Morg, Ace, and Pan, they are people that I get input from. Like it's been mine since the beginning. I'm the one that started this kind of thing, but I don't like to say that it's mine because like this show isn't just me. It is me. It is Morg. It is Ace. It is Pan. It is the listeners. It is everybody, and I like to have that input and that kind of stuff. And when something goes a way that I'm like, hey guys, like we got to have a conversation about this. And like, there's been situations where I'm concerned about the lashback. Like, one of the big things that came up recently that I was like, okay, let's just take a step back. I'm pretty like anti like, hey, let's let's dogpile on somebody, right? And
Okay.
unfortunately, I don't even know his name, but the streamer who quit on Kazoo that became a big
Oh
thing.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Zeus
Oh
Toast.
boy.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh, that was so funny. I
That-
couldn't help myself.
There's one thing to be like, hey, like, dude, did you even try? And apparently, and I know I didn't watch the stream, but I watched the videos that were linked. Like basically the replay or the VOD, and like people are trying to help him, and he's just sort of like blowing him off, like this is a trash game or whatever. And I get why that would make a fan angry, right? That is okay, but to dogpile him for as much as what happened, that was the line. And I was like, hey, look, guys, like, hold on, like,
Yeah, that was disgusting.
like, all right, I'm not happy with what he said. I didn't like what he said. I didn't like what he did to his fans, but like, evil begets evil, people. Like we don't need to dogpile and say that, hey, this specific person is trash. I actually put out a tweet around that time that I was like, hey, look, if people don't like the game, speak your piece and move on, right? And I had a lot of people, like specifically trying to convince me that they were like, hey, no, this is totally what happened with this streamer guy. And I'm like, hold on a second. There's a reason why I worded this tweet the way I did. First of all, it's still not okay. Second of all, you can't, like, I worded it because this is happening across the board. It's also happened to the guy who reviewed Monster Hunter and didn't give it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that article. Yeah, the
People
person who
were
completely
like-
skipped all the tutorials. I remember that.
Yeah, and
Can't really blame them because like they have like only so much time to actually review a game anyways before
Yes.
they move on to the next one. So and with Monster Hunter being such a time-consuming game where you have to really like immerse yourself in the full nuance of this
Yeah.
game and what it really brings to the table. When you do a surface level review, yeah, you're not really of it. And
no,
yeah,
it,
the
it
fans who
doesn't-
really appreciate it, they're
It-
obviously gonna get mad.
it's
Exactly.
not benefited by a surface level review because a surface level of Monster Hunter looks pretty shallow.
And
Exactly.
I wish a common like consumer of that type of product would understand like that's the time limit that they have. Why are
Yeah.
you out here chastising and like bringing out pitchforks on these guys? I
Well,
don't know.
there was a lot, but the point of me making that tweet at the time was like, hey, look, like, speak your piece and move on, man. Like, I don't agree. I don't condone anything that these people were doing, shortchanging on a review or, calling the game bad because they couldn't cut it against the kazoo, I guess, that kind of thing. Like, that's whatever, right? But like, and then you're like, hey, don't talk bad about the game because you're terrible about it. I agree with that sentiment. Yeah, don't. But at the same time, I don't agree with, like, I don't know, making them feel like lesser of a person for having a, albeit, I'll say misinformed opinion, but an opinion.
Yeah.
It's just stuff like that. Like, there was a tweet one time and I quote tweeted the person and I was like, we don't need this. Like I straight up said, we don't need this in the community. And I think that's part of what's going to take too is just calling out the bad people and speak your piece. And the way I say, speak your piece and move on. Don't hound them. Don't troll them for the rest of their existence. All right.
And to be honest, when that happened, it made a pretty bad stain on the Monster Hunter community. Like there were outsourced like content creators that would come and see me like, bro, like what's going on with Monster Hunter right now? And I was like, dude, listen, like it's something that's being blown out of proportion. Like, no, bro, because these guys are starting to look like Fortnite users and like Call of Duty users. And I'm like, bro, it can't be that bad. And when I went to look on Twitter and seen all this slander from like other like influencers, I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? This guy out here is a content creator just like you. Like you said, sure, he had his misinformed opinion and have you, but like you are constantly berating him, turning this into memes, showing this to your fellow followers and your people in your Discord and telling them to do the same thing. Like, did you guys know they were trying to get a commission list to get him off the platform? It was a small petition to try to get this man off the Twitch platform because of his comment to Monster Hunter, because he has a higher standpoint in terms of influencers. He's like a speedrunner, what have you, so he has a lot more people that watches him, so his opinion, quote unquote, should matter in terms of like if Monster Hunter is good or not. And I'm like,
not even, man.
Don't even get me started on speed running. One of the big things I hate about speed running and time attacking as a result, because you don't speed run Monster Hunter unless you're Team Darkside. You could time attack it. But one of the big problems I have is they label, just unilaterally label people who don't play their way as casuals. And that is problematic to me. I don't like that at all. And that was actually part of a thing that I ran across at one time, is, people were calling me casual because I didn't time attack. I was like, bro, I put like thousands of hours into this game, probably well before you got into it. Like, I don't understand. It's not, I just play a different way. Like for me, I'm more of like, I want to get to know the monsters. I want to fight them. I want to hunt with friends and that kind of stuff. I don't have to go hard tilt to not be considered casual. Right. Like, and that's something I love. I love awesome games done quick, right? I watch them all the time. But that is, to me, that is problematic when nearly all of the speed runners are saying in a casual playthrough and in that. I think really what is outside of the norm is doing the speed run. Right, that is outside of the normal mode of play.
They're like the 1% or whatever.
Right, so like calling everyone else casual because they play the game the way that is intended and designed and done so. Because like I don't like glitch speed runs. I don't like, because I don't want to see that. I don't want to see, oh yeah, I found this glitch and I beat the game in 30 seconds. Woo! Like,
yay!
That's boring to me. That is not
great job.
Like the Super Mario World, it's fun to see once.
Oh yeah, when he goes up the, the staircase backwards and jumps into the portal or something.
Yeah, or the apple glitch. Have you seen that, where he eats the fruit so many different thousands of times and it glitches out the game, and then credits, and it's like, what? Why? It's fun to see
that you found that, but
yeah. And I'm not trying to attack the way they play. That's just not something I enjoy. But I don't really enjoy pseudo attacking the way I play because I don't play the way you do, right? Like
passive aggressive bull crap.
Yeah, and it's and a lot of them I'm sure don't even mean it that way. Like I don't even think like a lot of them are even thinking that way. It's just the auto tune of. It's like what happened with just Respawn. It's just the auto-tune. Oh, community says this. Like, this is just what we say. And no one really ever checks themselves on what they're saying all the time.
Yes.
And it's just like, like me, that's one of my problems. I check myself too much, maybe.
No, honestly, like, at least in my opinion, as like I said, you are an influencer. You paying attention to your faults and your strengths, that's great. Because then you can teach that to somebody else. Like, just take the time to breathe and pay attention to your actions. You do play a role in somebody's life, especially now, during the fact of the pandemic, we're all locked down. The best way we can interact is social media. Your words reach people. You impact people on different levels. Same thing I can't stress this enough. We have a lot of people who have mental instabilities, and you don't know that because they're on the other side of the screen. You go ahead and say something mean to them, you could trigger them and cause their whole day to spiral out. Why can't you just be nice? Why do you have to be such a rude person out of nowhere and attack someone because you see them doing something out of the norm that you haven't seen yet?
Yeah.
Or they're doing something that you don't like, or the main thing, like I says, and I don't honestly know how to fix it, but I know it's an ugly thing, and it's because it's gonna stay with us for a while. Is racism. I don't understand if you hear somebody's voice over the online. Oh, you're from New York. Oh, you're African American. You're Hispanic. This. I'm gonna start calling you names out of wazoo. It doesn't necessarily have to be Monster Hunter, but it's falling into our community now, where people are really quick to start chastising you because of your skin and where you're from. And it's like, we're just here to hunt. Why?
Yeah.
What can we do to stop you from doing that?
which is
go ahead, Ace.
Which is, I feel we do a pretty good job here of like promoting that sort of community mentality because while we do sort of favor the more casual style of playing, we still put in the work, we still put in the effort, but we have, actual conversations with each other. We're here for each other. We talk about what's going on in each other's lives, and we've had some pretty deep conversations, not just like with Fortuan, but like Jay and other people.
Raise your hand if you're tired of hearing about Fortuan's divorce.
Honestly, I can't get enough of these battles, man. I love a good rivalry.
Okay. Yeah. But I mean, to that extent, I would say that that's something personal that you're always going to be dealing with, and I'm fine with supporting someone and talking about that kind of thing. But like with Zeus, I took it upon myself to sort of like dig into that, and not just him, but like his community at large was very toxic from like the few minutes that I spent in it.
That's I was like
in some of the comments I saw.
Come back! You're hurting yourself, Ace. Come back!
No, I only spent a couple minutes out of like 1 or 2 days in there, and then like making some posts on Twitter, and I didn't get into anything like super personal, calling him an idiot or anything like that. But I was still like, "Yo, you're very clearly in the wrong here." And like, I never commented on his Twitch stream because I didn't want to get anywhere close to that.
Yeah,
but, like,
you would have
just
arrows
seeing
in your
some
back,
of the,
dude.
Yeah, just seeing some of the discussion that was going on in the chat, I'm like, why are you guys like wanting this and supporting this? And one of the things that really irritated me too was that I was seeing either in comments in the thread or on his Twitter posts and stuff like that too, was that there were people that were being turned away from the game.
Yeah.
Like just off of his opinions.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well,
first of all, can I have a little context? Like, who's Zeus? The guy we were talking about?
The kazoo.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's his name. Okay.
The
it
bearded
just seems
douchebag.
to me,
You know who.
in retrospect.
Oh, come on, Mark.
Right,
come on.
I'm kidding, man.
It just seems to me in retrospect that he's
I'm
basically
not jealous
just.
of the fact you can grow facial hair, man.
Okay.
I'm not jealous of that, man.
Sorry.
It seems to me in retrospect that he's just like a troll.
Yeah.
And
totally
has this weird like masochistic behavior and group that follows him too, and that's fine. If you guys want to do that, by all means have at it, but like bringing that into the Monster Hunter community and then having the Monster Hunter community kind of be poisoned by that temporarily and re-engage with that same kind of energy is just something that I don't want to see.
Right.
And I think a lot of us don't want to see.
I like that statement. Re-engage with that same type of energy as if it's okay. That's not good. That's not healthy for anybody at all. And like, you got to see that consideration of like what you put out there will, like, it's gonna stay there forever. It's the internet. Whether it dies out because of like murmur, because of memes, it's always gonna be there, and you got to take responsibility for that.
Yeah, people won't let you forget your mistakes.
Yeah, true. Touche.
Everything you do,
Yeah,
you're
and like
chiseling into the wall of eternity, man. It's there for everybody to see.
I like that.
and like I don't know. I've seen a lot of weird mentalities come around with this latest generation, that being the fifth generation.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know. I don't know if it's specifically like time attackers and they have their own mentality of how to play the game. But as far as I'm concerned, whether you're able to beat a monster in minutes or if you're able to finish it at 49:59, you're a hunter. Nothing else
Mm-hmm.
matters as long as you can get the quest clear, or even if it takes you like several tries to get the quest cleared. That doesn't matter. What matters is having fun with the game, improving yourself, and just playing how you want to play.
Yep.
Nothing else matters, in my opinion.
You mind
Honestly, yeah.
you mind elaborating on the fifth generation? Like, what do you mean by that in terms
World.
of mentality?
World is the
World
fifth
and Rise,
generation.
World and
pretty
stuff
much,
like
yeah.
that,
Oh,
I've seen a lot more of like a large presence of time attackers come into
okay.
this. And like
Yeah.
that was something like, keep in mind I wasn't super engaged with the Monster Hunter community to begin with, going from my first game, Freedom Unite, into fourth gen and then there on. Um, but like just sort of seeing this, I never knew that that was, you know, becoming such a problem, and I didn't even know about the Je suis Monte stuff until I actually joined like the Hunters Hub Discord and started, talking and hunting with Fortuan and all our other
Mm-hmm.
friends on here. But like this weird mentality of like having superior superiority over other people just based on how
Yeah.
you play or where you come from is just kind of fucking stupid to me.
Oh,
Like,
Mm-hmm.
this
Oh
is.
yeah,
It
I
just
is,
agree.
play the
100%.
Let's
game.
be clear though. This isn't a new thing, right? It's just on a
No,
larger
no.
scale.
No, it's not.
Um,
It's
Yeah.
it's just on a larger scale and it's like a different coat of paint essentially. And
Yeah.
like
it used to be
myself, I
the
had
veteran versus the noob debate in Monster Hunter.
Oh,
Oh, I
God.
and
remember that era. That was
Mm-hmm.
like a
Oh.
great war. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
and like myself, I had a weird interaction with one of these time attackers on Twitter, and in retrospect, I think I might have just not understood what he was saying in his post, but like I didn't attack him, but he very clearly attacked me and my intelligence, and I'm like, why would you take it to that step? Like I
Mhm.
wasn't there. Why did you jump to that? It didn't need to
Mm-hmm.
go there.
Mm-hmm.
Just explain to me where you're coming from, and then I can realize that, oh, I'm actually misinterpreting this. I was wrong. And then I can
Mm-hmm.
correct myself. But like once you take it to that negative and basically derogatory place, I feel you lose the argument and
Yeah,
you lose your credibility.
Maybe it's
absolutely.
because he was trying to time attack the argument.
Yeah, he's trying to beat you out of the win. He's trying to get a
What else?
Maybe.
What else does he time attack?
Can
Sex
I
in
win in
bed?
2 minutes?
Oh! You can't even
Do,
last
do,
2
do, do,
seconds,
do.
motherfucker!
Let's go, Verde.
Everybody, I'm so sorry.
Bazing, bazing, bazing. I like
1
that
second
one.
cum shots, boys. Oh my god. Oh.
Oh, no.
I'm tired, baby. I need to get a Gatorade.
Penis.
I already
oh my
know
god.
this
He'd
screws
just
out.
be
I'm
like,
good to go.
He'd just be like this. And
All right, baby,
I guess
just
I'm
get the
done.
vibrator out. I'm done. I'm tired. Just do it. Do what you gotta do to rub out. We're good. High five, Murdad. That
Oh,
was
man.
good. That was fucking good, man.
Oh my god. It's like Tommy
Well,
Wiseau when he's having sex with a belly button. I'm
sorry,
like,
Ace.
okay, now that makes sense.
We want to
Oh,
wrap it up
man.
there.
Belly button.
Woo!
What a solution.
Sometimes you just gotta roast these guys, man.
I-
Like I remembered like there was a time where I was discussing with somebody and they were like, you could be, using better stuff and whatever. And I'm like, but I don't need any of that extra stuff to be on the same level as you in order to beat monsters. And he's like, is that a challenge? And I'm like, fuck yeah, it is. Let's go. Let's go and beat a
go.
monster.
Let's
and let's
go,
see who cards
princess.
first, motherfucker. And he's like, you're on. And then
Yes.
he carded, and I'm like, oh, I guess, I guess I was able to, beat the monster better than you.
Oh no.
Whatever.
GG.
And I ended up killing it too, which was really funny. So I'm like, oh, couldn't keep up. And he's like, shut up. But it was really
Yeah.
funny. Oh my God. I love doing that to people.
Nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Oh man. It's just so funny. It's really
It is.
funny.
It
oh
is.
my God.
It is sometimes. How do you say? Cathartic to confront
Ooh. Okay.
to confront that as well, instead of being like, hey, whoa, let's cool this down and talk it out. Sometimes the morgue approach is fun, and I will say,
man, it's too much fun.
when I dealt with this a lot in Call of Duty, morgue was my mentality in Call of Duty, right? Because like,
gotta be.
so people were getting mad at me, and I told this story recently, I think, where I was playing with the tomahawk because, Native American, I like tomahawks. It was fun. It was in Black Ops. Ricocheting a tomahawk and killing someone, it was hilarious. And I killed this guy, and he was, let me say, he's clearly an African American or that kind of thing, because he told me he was. He's like, and he was just like, he was calling me cracker the whole game because he was mad.
Oh my god!
And he's like, yeah, cracker, I'll kick your ass. And I was like, I was playing with my friend Brian, who, as everyone knows, is black. So I was just like, hey, Brian, can you let me? Do I have
the safe word?
Do I have permission?
Yes.
Do I have full clear to go? And then he was laughing because I was just making a thing out of it.
No, you should have had him on the mic, man. You should have had his buddy on the mic. That would have been fucking hilarious.
No, it was when it happened.
Who you call Cracker?
He ended up on our team on the next game, which he could hear us talking. So he was shit talking me the whole time we were playing. And he was like, you know what? Like, best kills out of the game wins, whatever. And I was like, sure, I'm just playing to play. I just like the game. So like, and then he called me cracker again. I was like, you know what? No, that's it. I am not a cracker. I am a wafer. I am crumbly, not crunchy. Now get your shit straight and play right. And I was like, and he was so stunned that I just owned it. And I was just like, no, wafer, get it right.
Oh my god.
Yes, man.
Oh, I
feel
love
like
that.
I feel like that's the thing, though. That's Call of Duty. That's the type of mannerism it is.
Yeah.
I just feel like it doesn't really work with Monster Hunter.
It doesn't, because it's a cooperative game. Cooperative.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is the thing. It is not competitive in any sense, and all of the competition is self evident. And people talk about like having PvP in Monster Hunter and that kind of stuff. Like, that isn't this game. This game was built from the ground up as an online game centered around community and centered around helping each other.
The only PvP that matters in Monster Hunter is the upswing challenge battle going between you and I,
wait.
Human golf.
Wait, have you guys ever done the King of the Hill in Generations on the pillars?
Oh.
No, my community and I do this all the time. So we'll go ahead and just go on an expedition to where you go into the forest where the big pillar is, and you have to knock each other off like Highlander. Whoever can stay up there the longest wins.
Oh my
5-minute
god!
death match. It is so much fun. That's another level.
King of the pillar, man.
That is community.
Yes.
That is community, just fun because you can't really kill each other. But what we do at the end of a hunt after carves, because knocking someone away from carves or being a dick. After carves, or because you can't do it during captures because captures are so quick. But there's the good 30 seconds you have to upswing someone, and the person who gets the more upswings wins. And we did this a lot in Generations. It's not happening as much in Rise because getting upswings with certain weapons just don't work.
It's weird. Yeah.
Also, I will and I do always run flinch free because my gosh, that's something I will say to the Monster Hunter community. That is something people get tweaked out about, is flinching each other and that kind of stuff. Like,
I do too. I will admit that. I will rage about that.
I'm sorry to my community, your community. I'm going to lay a truth on you guys. It's a one slot skill. Just put one level of flinch free and quit bitching. Like, just do the one.
Shut it up.
The one. That's all you need, because longsword and light bow gun and now hunting horn, which has become popular out of nowhere, all do severe flinching, and it will not do anything to you with one level of flinch free. That's it.
Like when the game first came out, I had a rant on stream. Like, I was getting frustrated that It wasn't more so just the flinching itself. I had to basically teach a lot of people in my community how to position.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait a minute, why are you all just running straight to the legs? There's another leg on the other side. We can run a train on Rafty, and we don't have to all be on top of each other, go in different positions. And I was getting frustrated, and I'm like, you guys keep hitting me, like, why? So I just basically said, okay, we have to break it down. Maybe some people don't realize it's more so not only the weapon, but it's your focus. If you're just tunnel vision, you don't realize where you are, you can hit your comrade. You gotta like pay attention to that and slow it down a bit. But I did do the whole flinch free rule because I can't anymore randoms.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I play with my brother. Him and I both are just like, deal with it, bro. Like, that's our mentality, the two of us to each other. Now, other people were like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I upswung you. Sorry." But I upswing my brother, and I'm like, mounting. Or his thing is, I saved you. I saved you.
Wait, if you upswing somebody in Rise now, the animation is different compared to before, right? Like you start flailing your arms around, right?
That's an older way of doing things. You can still do a mounting hit off of it, especially especially light bow gun. You can still pull out the gun and start shooting, but yeah, it's still not looked fondly upon. It's it's still not an okay thing.
I don't mind calling out golf swings, but not just doing it randomly.
Dude, when I was doing, I think it was ATL Volcano, a bunch of randos, I ran flinch free level 1, and this insect glaive user was still somehow able to flinch me, and I was like, something's not right here. You know what? You get the hell out of here.
Because you'll need level 2 to negate the knock on butt, and the finisher combo for the insect glaive knocks on butt. So
yeah, that's what I realized. And so then I was like, okay, insect glaive, you're out of here. And then upper gulf swing, poof. But I did it in such a way that like he was like right here, and then I just went, and then he went, and then he went right into my camera. It was the best thing in the world.
Yeah,
I was like,
that weird swanton, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I'm like, level 1 flinch free, and I'm still getting flinched. Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, I gotta ask. Hey, so are we getting off track? I like that he's the father of the podcast.
I took on Pan's role for the weekend.
Yeah, he's guys, we're getting too off track here. We gotta wrap it up. Remember, community.
Yeah.
I think we're doing fine.
Okay.
But I still work with everybody, like especially the community. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I think I've already talked to you guys about the story with Wyvary and 4G when I was talking with his girlfriend. We were trying to win, I think it was Master and Culp Taroth. Wait, did I mention that to you guys?
I think even just last week.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was literally just last week. And then, Wyvary, is he on Discord? Does he see what the plan is? I wrote paragraph after paragraph of what we can do to help you get this win. And that was to his girlfriend. And she's like, well, I mean, I don't know. And I'm like, he's not on voice chat for PS. And then I'm like, where is he? I'm like, Wyverian! And then all of a sudden, we go into the mission, and I'm like, okay, all I gotta do is just tenderize the chest, and then we wall bang it, and we destroy the chest, and then I'll be able to do all that damage, and then we'll be able to get the win. He jumps right onto the face, and he starts bitch slapping her 3 times, and I'm like, no. And I'm trying to clutch claw into the chest. I'm like, no, please, give me booby. And then she just sends her into the wall, and then she gets mad, and I'm like, Wyverian!
Yeah.
And I'm typing that into his Discord, and I'm like, dude! And his girlfriend's just laughing her ass off, and he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, we had a plan!
It didn't work out.
And I'm like, did you not read the plan?
That escalated so quick.
And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like,
Wyverian's such a cool guy.
Your time attacks.
Yeah.
See, now this brings me to a topic that I like. It'll be the last thing for me. Anything else, I'll just chime into. But like one big thing that I feel like us as small Monster Hunter influencers, we gotta do something big together and really make a big staple image for our entire community. Not just we're just hanging out, having a good time. Like legit have a principle for that day, for that big event. It doesn't even necessarily even have to be streaming, but just come together and sit down. What can we do to make a solidified, like, commandments as well for our community to understand this is what we want to have for us and anybody else that comes in to represent us as a whole for positivity and growth, not for this negativity that's plaguing the monster of the community, and then start projecting that outward. I feel like, honestly, despite sometime, like, you might play with Wyverian 4G or Choose an Ogre might come out, or Mighty Peanut might come through. You might get a Sammy or something like that, or Huey come through. We're still on islands. We're not connected as one. We got to sit down and really do this, because at the end of the day, we're still small compared to the big streamers who don't even necessarily play Monster Hunter like that, but they have a big influencer than us. We have to make that change to make a staple point for our community.
Yeah. I think if there was a way to be able to merge all the smaller groups.
There you go.
Yeah.
Guild, yes.
The code of the guild.
Yes. Gnarly. Yes.
I like this. This is actually a really good idea. I think
I'm
we
down.
have like good set principles for people to follow.
I am down.
I think we'll be able to encourage some positive feedback.
Yeah, I'm down hooking up with other people and to make a statement like that, because that is something that I care about. It's something I've been my most popular tweets now. Of just, hey, let's just be nice to each other. Let's just I'll talk to some people that I know, like Wolfie, and try to get Erickson. I don't know if he will. He's so busy. But
he's a ghost.
Yeah, that guy. Ooh, man, he does a lot. But
yeah, when he's not playing Monster Hunter, he's going like across country and like out and like he's so outdoorsy. What a trooper!
Hey, more power to him. He's a cool guy. He was one of the first big people to come on the podcast, I would say.
So is that the project we're gonna try to do this weekend? Like, we can start it out on Twitter, like make our statement that we want to really bring everybody together to have this guild code that we can all agree on and just have up. And it's not even, in my concept of my head, too much to ask. Like,
no, I don't
really
think so.
not asking too much to ask. Like, in terms of like having that whole, bring back the real oomph of community again. Bring back that purity again. Make everybody feel like they should be able to come through. And for me, because part of my community is to be able to express yourself and feel safe to do so, and have adult conversations and grow with one another without any repercussions that somebody's going to chastise you or belittle you or berate you.
Right.
That's not too much to ask.
That's been one of the big things for me to have this community with Hunter's Hub, is that for the longest time I didn't like playing online with people. And that was like, you're talking about like people being worried, like, am I good enough to get online? That was legit my problem for a long time, because there was a long period of time where I didn't have a lot of time to play with my brother, and I was on my own. That's why I soloed a lot of 3U and 4U, and I didn't have the confidence to play with people, and it was really starting up Hunter's Hub, which I only started because I thought I had the backing of Reddit to do the podcast. And then when they turned their back on me, and I was like, and then well, I'm just gonna do my own thing and screw you guys. And I actually had people follow, and I was like,
oh my god.
Okay. Well, yeah. So a little bit of backstory to that. Eli is, like I said, I was a mod, so I wanted to do that podcast, and then I was like, "Hey, let's make this official," and they're like, "Yeah, okay, cool." And then like I did it, and then I got everything organized, and I taught myself how to do all this stuff, and I didn't look at videos or anything, and then do it through Audacity like I'm doing right now, and then I came to come out, and they're like, no, we're not even pinning this. We don't favor any content creators. So I was like, bullshit. We favor Eric's and Gaijin all the time. We put them, we post that. I'm the one that's been doing that for years, and no one said anything. Like, so because I saw myself at that time as more of a community manager than like a rules lawyer. And
oh my god.
And I was just like, what are you doing? Like, we agreed on this. Like, I don't get it. And then that's part of the reason why I decided to step down eventually, because I was like, this isn't what I signed up for anymore. So I'm out. And that was, that was rough. I was 6 years of my life that I was invested into something that didn't invest back. And I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
dude.
and I was like, you know what? Okay, and legit, I cried over that decision. I like legit,
I
like
would have too.
I was in tears. I
Yeah.
was like, this has been a big part of my life for 6 years, and like, and all I got, and it was my highest post on Reddit for the longest time was me stepping down as a mod, and people all over that. And I looked at it, it hurt because people were like, he just wants to promote his podcast, his stupid podcast that no one wants to listen to, and I'm like, that's not even the point anymore. Like I'm
No.
out because
It's disrespect.
and
Mm-hmm.
that hurt, and we've been surviving since. Like that was the origin story of Hunter's Hub. So for your listeners, in case they were curious, is
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a sad one. I was like Demon Slayer level of sad. It's an anime, but like
okay. Thank you for
I'm not gonna lie,
clarifying.
you
I
said
wouldn't have
that.
I
known
need to
that
see
one.
the movie.
oh,
Don't.
because it reminds me of the time where I
Uh-huh.
thought that I had a place to be for Monster Hunter. It was a time before I even started streaming. I was always on Monster Hunter for you, and I had a group, and they just literally replaced me with somebody else because they had more of time to play. And I was like, at first, I'm like,
That's
that's
cold.
cool. That's fine,
Yeah,
whatever. Like,
that's-
I'm currently going to college. That's cool. But
Mhm.
can I come back? No. They literally said sorry because you don't have the time for us. You can't make up time. We need to get hunts when we need to get in, and you're not available, so you got to get out. I'm like, I've known them. These are people I went to school with for 8 years, and I
that's
see
rough.
you in the street, and you don't want to talk to me in real life over a game.
Oh,
It hurt
Like,
me because I literally
wow.
went to them, and I was like, dude, we went to school together. I've seen your sister give birth. You don't want to talk to me over the game. And the gentleman said in quote, it's not the principle of the matter that I'm kicking you out of the game is because you don't have time for us and you're being inconsistent. And it hurt me enough to this day. I try to be consistent as much as I possibly be because it hurt me like that. I felt like I hold an obligation now to others to be consistent with my own process so I don't disappoint anybody or they try to desert me because of my actions that bad. And when you told me that you spent so much of your time to create something that you love and you just want to just show your podcast and they just slap you in the face with disrespect, it brought me back to that feeling.
Yeah.
Well,
That's brutal.
the thing was, it wasn't even supposed to be mine. I was just the one doing the work. It was supposed to be for the sub, right? And then they
Mhm.
spun it around
Yeah.
and they said, "This is yours. You did this, and we don't want it." And I'm like, "But no. We all agreed on this. I was just the one figuring it out, and we were all going to do it together. We were going to rotate the mods and talk to the different like have people on and that kind of stuff. And I was going to use like the platform of Reddit to sort of launch that podcast." And
Mm-hmm.
they said, "Well, you can call it the r/Monster Hunter, but it's just you." And I'm like,
What?
cool.
How do you make a podcast with only one person? Like,
well,
you're
I
supposed
had
to do?
one
Like,
other
just go on
mod
monologues?
one other mod who was on my side about it. And then eventually I just got to know some users and some people well enough that I formed this Discord, this one right here, that I made the Hunters Hub. And then I pulled in Wrath of Gog would be the first guy who was my
Really?
co-host. And I have cycled through co-hosts from their various life issues, I think, and things coming up, and it actually comes up now with Ace. This is being his last official episode. Ace was the latest one, and I think you're number 8 of like my official co-hosts. That
Well, I still plan to be on when I can, but yeah.
no,
This
yeah,
is
you're not kicked off in any way. No, but
No.
This is
work
It just
the,
needs a
schedule.
little
the
bit of
final
time.
regular schedule recording. So
Right.
Mhm.
I will probably be in and out depending on what my weekly schedule ends up looking.
Right. And I
Okay.
get that, and like in life things happen, but I've never had anyone leave on bad terms. I think there was a bit of a sketchy one once, and I was just like, what happened? And then they left, and I was like, I'm confused and whatnot. But that wasn't nothing like drama wise. I was just like, okay, we're good. But like we've survived, or no, I won't say survived. Like I think we've done pretty well. Morg, you've been on here a little over a year and a half now. Pan,
Yeah.
a year and a couple months. And Pan's not even like from the Monster Hunter community per se. She's a Monster Hunter fan. She came from people I knew in D&D stuff. Like, that's how I met Pan. Is through
Surprised you know Wrath of Gog. I was like, wow, that's an
Yeah.
oldie name right there.
Oh,
Like,
Wrath
man,
of Gog? Yeah, he's around
Yeah.
here all the
He's
time.
on here.
how's he doing?
He's a
good.
royal pain in the ass, but we love him.
I haven't seen him in a while. I guess he's been busy, but as in like we haven't seen him since earlier in April. But you know, yeah, he's regular. We hunt with him all the time. You know, he was my co-host for almost a year, and yeah, like it's just been a long ride. But unfortunately, I have not had to deal with any cyberbullying, personally or with the podcast really. Aside from when I had stepped down, there was a couple comments about, oh, you know, he just wants to promote his podcast, and I don't really think it's cyberbullying. I think it's just misconception.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was just them talking through their ass and thinking that they didn't
Yeah.
have to put any of the work in. Well, actually, they didn't put any work in, and they probably wanted nothing to do with it. They thought it was just going to fall apart, you know, Cinderella story and all that shit. Like, you know, oh yeah, you got to do all your chores and make your dress. They don't picture you being able to make your dress, Fortuan, but you showed them. You showed them. You
look what
made
you
the
know,
fucking
man.
dress.
Like I
You're
said
going
earlier,
to the
like
ball, bro.
I feel the energy. Like you guys are very genuine. Like you made it here. It feels safe and secure. And if I even almost say, like, you guys seem happy when you're on, you know, doing your thing that you enjoy. I shouldn't say thing, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do our thing. We really love it.
It's called
I'm not quitting it for
Heartbreaker 3.
anything.
Heartbreaker 3, baby.
Oh, man.
Chopping off some tails and breaking heads.
Interrupting mounts that Morg is trying to make. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
there's a lot of clips of Fortuan cutting a tail as Morg is jumping onto the mount.
Oh.
And the monster just goes zoop, off it goes, and I'm like, "Oh!" And I'm like,
How
There
much
was
was
a
all that
monster
thing?
here.
fun. You couldn't cut the tail off after I was done? Yeah. No.
I mean, I'm always trying.
No. Of course you are. But it's fine. But no, yeah. No, yeah. I don't see me quitting this anytime soon. Actually, it was kind of funny because after I quit my my attempts at YouTube, yeah, I was approached by some people. They were like, you know, you look kind of exhausted all of a sudden. And I'm like, well, because I have to work a full-time job, and I'm also trying to make content on YouTube, and I'm also on like 2 podcasts. So I mean, like, you know, yeah, I'm kind of busy. I have a lot to do and whatever. And they're like, well, why don't you just give it all up? And I'm like, well, I gave up the one, and I had, you know, we had to give up another thing. But I'm not giving up the podcast. I love it too much. It's too fun. And I get to, you know, put my voice out there for people to be able to listen, you know, and share my opinions about things, and have guests on, you know, on here that I can talk about things with, and, you know, have a great time with people. And it's fun. It's really, really fun. Money or not, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep doing it until, you know, until it dies out, or for how long it lasts.
Wrong. If I could make money on this, I'd do it. But
I feel like when I entered, like, Fort had made me feel so much comfortable because I was nervous. I was like, I don't know what to expect. I'm coming here kind of blind. I'm like really sweating here, and he made me feel good. And then when we started talking, I feel like I was in the pub again, like with a pint, just chilling out, talking
that's
about
the whole
Monster Hunter.
point.
And
That's
things.
why we're called the Hunters Up. It's why
Well,
it's the
yeah.
it's
You
why
did
it's
well.
the
You
tavern
executed it.
sign. I actually used to do. I don't do this. I still do it, but I don't do it. It's not as noticeable when you listen to the episode. You'll hear the music fade in and fade out as the episode begins and ends, and you'll also hear the people talking fade in and fade out, like you're walking into the pub,
like
sit down at the table, and then walking away from the pub. Well, the music, you know, builds to be louder instead of. It sounds like you're basically more joining the party than you're sitting down at the table, but. I try to do things like that. I used to do a lot more editing with like monster roars and that kind of stuff too, but that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. I do it occasionally though. So we have anything else to say with cyberbullying? Or
It sucks. It's trash.
No, it is. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. We don't need it. What else would we say?
I think for the most part, when it comes to cyberbullying, in the closing statements, we just need to do our part. Like, you know,
Yeah.
we can't oversee the whole entire world or, you know, cyber web, but we can do that in our community and then just share that knowledge and hopefully start branching out and seeing an impact in various communities that we, you know, partake in.
Yeah. No, I like this idea of the guild code.
Yes. I'm writing that down too. Guild code is so badass.
I love this.
And I'll message some people. And I think all we really need to do is just say it. Just say it. We, you know, we as in our communities, we all you have to do is say, hey, this is the kind of community that we want to have. We don't want to see this behavior. We want to uphold people. We want to, you know, we don't need to make this a huge thing, but like kind of like a mission statement, I would say.
Yeah. I will say we should, like, maybe after the stream or whatever time we have, we just write like a draft of what we want. So we all can be on the same page and just convey the same message. So we don't be, I'm talking about, you know, Cheetos, you're talking about Takis. You just want to make it consistent and just put it out there.
I'm not gonna lie, I like Cheetos. Don't ever do the Cheetos mac and cheese. Goodness
Why?
gracious.
Whoa.
I was actually gonna make it for my mom next Wednesday. Wait, what?
It's like liquid Cheetos. It's liquid Cheetos. It's too much Cheetos.
Liquid Cheetos.
Speaking about Cheeto,
What if I put just a little bit, just like a little bit, like as a breadcrumb on top, you know, and then have it in the oven and just bake it
Oh,
that
no.
way?
I'm not talking about
Could do
crushing up
that.
Cheetos and putting it on something. That's fine. I'm talking about the Cheetos brand mac and cheese. Don't do it.
That's a thing?
Yes.
Whoa.
I did it. Remember I told you I had like a week of playing Monster Hunter and I was cooking for myself and stuff? Yeah, I got the Cheeto. I had some Cheeto. I didn't get it. It was in the house.
Cheetos mac and cheese?
Yep,
Oh,
it is a
man.
thing. They even have the hot Cheetos
Cheetos.
flavor. I threw it out. I threw it out.
Bro, you need to get an outdoor smoker.
He
You
immediately
need
went,
to get
"Ew!"
yourself some good cuts of
It looks
red
like
meat.
cereal. Why does it look like that?
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh,
I ate it.
Is it Crafts or Velveeta? What's the brand?
I think
That's what
it's
I'm trying
I think
Oh,
it's
man.
Kraft.
Garbage.
I think
The
it's
brand
Kraft.
is
brand, yeah.
garbage.
Oh my
It's
god.
definitely not Velveeta. If it was Velveeta, I would have just I would have gagged. It's not that Velveeta is bad. It's just that imagining that same taste but thicker.
What does the powder look like? It reminds me like a weird Rice Krispie cake. Why does it look like that?
oh no.
I'm good. I don't want that. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
Nope.
no, don't. Mm-mm.
And it's $15 for a box, like a couple of boxes. No, I'm good. Nope.
Oh, 421. Okay, you know, I'm gonna go over to your house and I'm gonna bring my outdoor.
Yeah, teach him how to cook, please.
We're gonna
Don't
smoke
have him
you.
eat that garbage.
Whoa,
We're gonna smoke you
That
some
was an
awesome
experiment.
medium rare steaks.
that was an
Wrap
experiment.
it up.
Okay, that was an
Get you a
experiment.
nice salad with like almonds and.
Why was you
raisins and
experimenting? Were you
apple
bored?
slivers.
Yes, exactly.
man.
It was in the cabinet. I had seen it for months, and I was like, I'm finally gonna try it.
Oh my
I
god!
did
See,
not-
I'm a foodie, and I feel sorry for you. Like I don't even want to partake in that. I'm good.
Oh
Look,
man.
I screwed up burgers in the air fryer. All right, I suck at cooking.
Wow. Oh my
They
God.
didn't stay together. I picked them up with a spatula, and they went.
Okay,
But,
a really
okay,
good-
you mean sloppy Joe? Okay, that you know.
Yes,
Bro.
I
you in
basically
there.
did that. It basically became
Yeah.
hamburger sloppy Joe, but I was very disappointed in myself.
Even my chest like never tried mac and cheese Cheetos. They're like no.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a secret to making really good burgers. If you use egg as a binder,
Yes.
it keeps your patty together. And if you want to, you can even add like oatmeal into it. And I know people are gonna be like, oatmeal.
Just a little bit.
Now, I
It's
will say,
flavorless and it adds a little extra volume.
You can
so
also
you can
use
have more.
croutons. Croutons works as well as a binder.
Yes, croutons.
I
That's a
do
great way to
have-
do it.
the recipe did call for breadcrumbs to be added into it.
And
However,
you didn't do it.
I didn't do it because my mother is on a paleo diet, and I'm not allowed
What's-
to do that.
Huh? What's that?
Gluten free.
Paleo, it's like
Paleontology, like the dinosaurs? She eat
kind
dinosaurs?
of, yes. So basically natural. You're not allowed to have any sort of bread products and that kind of thing.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
So is she allowed to have like a Flintstone ribs? You know, the
Yeah,
big dino ribs,
yabba,
rack of ribs.
Ribs, meat is
Yabba
100%
dabba doo.
okay. The barbecue sauce with it, no. So,
Oh,
Okay.
paleo is like a caveman diet. Chat is saying.
mhm.
Oh, so can you still have veggies? Like, cause I
Yeah.
want to go on a low carb diet. I'm
She
seeing like
could
these
have-
different things on TikTok, how to make like red peppers and bell peppers into your bread substitute, and I'm like, I might go for that.
She could have ancient grains. There are non-GMO grains,
Nope,
strands of
no
grain that
grains.
she can
Grains
have.
are totally off
Really?
the list. Yeah.
Really?
What is she trying to do? Lose weight? Like, what's happening?
It's a health thing. It's not like she has a
Oh.
condition, but she's noticed that she's been on the diet a lot less, like aches and pains and stuff. I mean, she's getting older and that kind of thing, and she actually noticed her hair's like getting less thin on the diet too, like stuff like that, like just a
Is
health
that a
thing.
good thing?
Well, her
Chat
hair was
loving the cat.
Oh man, it is a beautiful cat. Look at it. Oh my god, it's just so at peace.
What's his name?
Cheeto.
Her name is Cappuccino.
Oh, cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino. Okay. I want a pet, y'all, but I don't know what to get. I was thinking about getting like a gecko or something. Something
Here's
weird.
my palico.
Oh,
Palamute.
that's like. I was saying that's a dog, bro.
That's a
Animals
very
are
about the
interesting
size
looking
of a
cat.
pallet.
yeah, I
About
was like,
the size
oh,
of a
cats?
cat, though. I'm
What-
sorry,
what
Blinky.
breed?
I woke you up. I'm sorry.
What breed?
She is a mix between a dachshund and a what's the
Chihuahua?
a lot of people think Chihuahua. It's a terrier.
Shih Tzu? Terry. Ah, okay. Terry's the
Oh.
cool.
Yeah.
I should have said that first for the Shih Tzu. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's loving the animals.
Yep.
Oh,
Paleo is for wackadoos. No offense to his mom. He went out to such extremes. At the same time, you have to do what works for you. Yeah, that's still Drifter in chat saying this. I have
Oh,
a
man,
paleo
Drifter.
friend who drinks raw eggs.
Oh, the
Oh, that's
Rocky
gross.
Balboa diet.
Yeah.
The Rocky Balboa. There you go.
I'm just waiting for her to just have like that.
Are you okay, Blinky?
And then just go out pants and
I just want to lose a
Jog all
little
the
bit
way
of like chub on my stomach and start gaining more muscle on my arms, and I'm good to go. Like my arms are starting to get there, so
they come out all like nickname. I just came up with this for breakfast this morning. Oh yeah, the Italian stallion. Yeah.
yeah.
I think we've reached
We
the
can
end of
work,
our
man.
discussion.
Yeah, we
Oh,
probably
yeah.
do.
If you
Probably
have a
do.
podcast about food, I'm here. I don't care. I will skip on anything.
I had
Oh,
to.
we gotta do that.
I had to pare down. We actually have named a couple shows Morg's Magnificent Dinner Parties because he always talks about these crazy foods that I don't understand or know.
Yeah, Morgan's like Twitter page makes me hungry. Like I hate you, but I love you at the same time.
I make
Oh.
spaghetti and I still mess that up at times.
I miss this one old cafe that I used to have a tab at. Oh
Burned
man,
myself.
they had Ferrero Rocher flavored gelato.
It's water
was-
and noodles, like bro, like what?
Oh no!
Well,
and maybe
I don't
oil.
know if you could see it on the
Yeah, you
screen.
need-
It might be too highlight. I burned myself on Penn Station the other day. I actually have
oh wow,
a
dude.
blister.
Wait, what?
So
Wait, how did you burn your?
the bag was so hot, me carrying it, and I couldn't drop it because I had enough of my arms that it was just searing my arm as I was carrying it, and I was like, gotta get to the car, gotta get to the car, gotta get to the car, and I was like, wow, that's really red, ow. And then I didn't think about it, and I got like a couple hours later, I looked, I was like, oh yeah, there's a blister, and it's been there since Wednesday.
Dude,
Dear
get vitamin
God.
E, man. Get some vitamin E and just rub that
Good
on there
for your
periodically.
skin.
Yeah.
You should
Some
actually
aloe
take some.
too.
I put
My dad.
I put aloe on it when I got home, so
Nice.
it's not in pain, dude. I know
Coconut
about
oil
burns.
also works really well too.
I used to
Coconut
work
oil
at a
will
Long
apply it on your
John's.
skin.
I dipped these 3 fingers in the vat, the boiling oil.
What?
It was an
The
accident.
deep fingers.
Yeah. You have like a thing you're supposed to scrape off the sides when you're cleaning it, and it slipped, and my hand went in like this, and I was like, "Ooh!" So I went and ran it underwater real quick, and like my hand was like a lobster. I was like,
Ugh.
You're a boss. You didn't
uh,
even scream. I'll be screaming like Chris Tucker, dude. Like, bro.
Probably in
my
shock.
God.
So
Yeah, true, yeah.
I drove home. It was a rainy day with my hand hanging out the window, and then I fell asleep on the couch with my hand in water. No, I did not pee myself. Yeah.
Oh, you could have felt it. Like, Jesus Christ.
So yeah,
It's a wives' tale. It's not real.
I'm a very terrible cook, and I try occasionally, but
you just need to teach your kids how to cook for you. That's why you have them. Like, hello,
dude. A really good secret to making really good spaghetti is you have to have boiling hot water, and then what you do is you put in like a good amount of salt into the water, so that way it exudes some of the flavor into the spaghetti. And then what you do is you have a little bit of oil in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But if you don't want to add like oil right off the bat, what you can also do is after you've strained the spaghetti, get a good dollop of butter, and then just run that through the spaghetti.
Real butter, chat, not
real
fake
butter.
Yeah.
It has to be the real stuff.
I can't believe
don't get the unsalted
butter.
Stuff.
Yeah. So,
well, this podcast has turned into a food podcast. This is Morg Daddy Ace and Fort.
Oh yeah.
I'm hungry. I have not eaten all day.
Oh man, I'll stop. I'll stop.
No, you're good.
No,
I'm a foodie. I think I have like something with food. I think about it all the time. You're fine.
Yeah, I've had a problem sometimes where I forget to eat lunch, or I eat at breakfast at a really late time. So I'm like, eating lunch right now is just not good. I did that yesterday, I think. Yesterday or the day before, where I just didn't eat lunch. I actually took so long to get to dinner that I was like kind of shaky. I was like, oh no. I should have ate lunch.
Oh no!
I should have ate lunch because I really don't feel good. And I was like, okay, and then we ate dinner and I was fine. But yeah, see,
dude, I remember the one time I lost 25 pounds.
Chessa's tomatoes work too after getting burns with hot oil. What?
How? So do we want to do the drawing?
Oh yes,
yeah, we got to draw the prize.
You guys, listen, you have a chance to win yourself a really cool Nintendo Switch controller, Monster Edition that you're missing out on. So definitely go through right now.
Yeah, join the Discord. We're gonna pull a name out of the hat.
Click that, hit the follow button on their stream, and then join their Discord. Go, please.
Yeah, do it. Right. You could be winning yourself a pro controller, guys.
Wait. Let's give some people some time. Like, Spartan, get in there. Like,
they've had like 3 hours.
Yeah, come on, guys. We can do it.
Bloomers, okay? My people were slow. They're finally coming through.
Yeah,
they're not used to podcasts.
It's okay. If you fell asleep at it, don't worry. We'll find a way to get you in.
We'll talk a little bit more to give them some time. But so yeah, get in here in a minute. We're gonna do the drawing.
I know it's like 12, but it gotta be something open right now.
Oh yeah, I bet you 100%.
Oh yeah.
There's A&W.
Well, there's nothing around me because I live like a half hour out of town. But
oh man, yeah, you gotta cook to survive all the time.
So thank you for coming on, Eli or Preacher of Valor. And it was a good discussion. Even though we didn't get into the topic for the last hour, because hey,
I'm sorry. Dragon's Dogma is my ex. I'm sorry.
No, it's all cool, man. We've all got our precious babies that we love.
Hey.
Me, it's Freelancer 100%.
I know Father Ace over there was getting impatient. He's like, this guy keeps talking about Dragon's Dogma. Hurry up.
No, dude, we have
Ace over there. It's like flooding.
Pan and I used to have discussions before Morg got on. Like, how do we rein in Morg for this really tight schedule this week? How do we do this?
Yeah, I've even tried to pace I've tried very hard myself with some of these podcast episodes, but I can't help myself.
We did a lot of like top 10 in a certain genre of games for a little while, because we don't just talk about Monster Hunter, we talk about other games too. And we did like I think the one that we were like, okay, we have to rein in more because this is gonna get bad. And it was like top 10 Western RPGs. I think is the one that we were like, all right, Morg's just gonna go off the wall on this one. We gotta figure it out. So
I like Morg Daddy's energy though. This is the first time I ever verbally spoke to him. He's always in chat, so I'm glad I get to see you for another just a name. I like your energy more. I need you in my ear more, dude.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have lots of fun, bro.
We've got 3 new that have entered tonight.
There you
Okay.
go.
We got Panic
Chat,
Panda,
chat.
Nova, and Steel Drifter.
Chat, win the controller for me.
Oh,
All right.
I got money on Steel Drifter.
All right. So
Yes.
Panic Panda is what you said.
Yep.
Is it okay if I shout somebody out or?
Sure. What's the
So definitely
Steel Drifter?
Steel Drifter. He's also a content creator. He is he's the pinnacle of like chill vibes. Like when he was streaming frequently, every Sunday he had a day where he would devote for people to come in and just vent about whatever there was going on. It would just be mature adult conversations to talk about things and understand what you're going through. And what I love about him the most is he listens and then regurgitates what you said back to him so you can see that did you understand what you said, because I understood it, we're on the same page now. Then let's move forward with that. And it's a group conversation. It's like an AA meeting. Like nobody's like putting anybody down. We're all trying to figure out what we're going through, because there'll be some people who are shy and you wouldn't know they're going through the same thing that you're going through, and you can help each other out just by talking it out. And Steel Drifter's the guy.
God damn,
He's
what a
cool.
cool guy. Okay, you know what? 420, we gotta fix this, okay? We gotta hedge the bets. Drifter, you're winning this. It's yours. It's yours.
I will show you. So
Everybody
the chat
else
knows.
can fuck out.
Oh, he's
It's all
gonna be
his.
back this Sunday at 1600 hours Eastern time.
I'm
This
kidding, guys.
man.
Everybody's got a chance.
Stream
Everybody's got a
can
chance.
see this. So.
Let me see
Alrighty.
that side. Let me see. Oh my god, it's a wheel. It's a
Yeah.
wheel.
Oh,
Yep, it's a wheel.
Wheelofnames.com.
Oh my god.
Oh, I want to see this magic happen.
Liard, why did you get in there, bro? Liard. Good luck, everybody. I'm seeing the delay.
Skipper.
Skipper, where are you?
Ooh, Skipper.
Congratulations. Where you at?
Oh,
Skipper.
And if
Skipper,
Skipper
my
can't
boy.
claim it or do it, we'll do another spin another time.
yeah.
Skipper, where you
yeah.
at? Who's Skipper in chat? Mossman? Is Mossman Skipper?
No,
know.
Skipper is. He's on there somewhere.
Skipper, where
Ace,
are you?
You'll probably be able to find him a little further.
Skipper
up.
1 through 5.
Yeah, probably him.
I think
I
that's
abbreviated
him.
some of the names. Sorry.
I don't see him.
He's probably not in
Skipper.
chat now. He's probably from
Oh.
earlier.
Maybe,
Man,
yeah,
Skipper.
maybe.
Congrats to Skipper, though.
Well done. man.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Okay. So,
I like how Umi's like, why are you cooking yourself? What are you doing?
yeah. I'm sorry. I suck at it. Yeah, there was a time I was cooking spaghetti and I had a ladle and I was trying to stir it, and then it was a steel ladle and like a bubble popped and hit my hand, and I pulled back, and of course it's a ladle, so I tidal waved a bunch of boiling water onto myself and my shirt,
God.
and I screamed like a banshee for like a minute, and I was okay. And
Jesus
this was
Christ.
this was years ago. Like I was first living on my own at that time, because I do live with my family now, but for 9 years I lived on my own. And it was like one of the first.
Curiosity, did you invert your camera on your stream?
No, I have a dual monitor setup. So
Oh.
in order to keep things like the angle that I want them for people to see and sit, or like I can look at it. It's right here. It's my second monitor, and it's hanging off of that. I only have like a little tiny webcam.
Because on my stream, you're looking in a different direction. That's all like, huh? What? How did that happen?
I don't know. I like to show off my lovely PlayStation 5 and my. You can't see it very well, but that is the collector's edition Switch dock, and that's the pop for Frostfang, Barrieth, and then my
Or
stack of
Funko
games.
Pops. Like seriously, like my friend like King is addicted to Funko Pops. What
My brother.
What can you do with them?
My brother buys
You
them
just
and
collect them.
gives me
Oh.
his extras. So that is an
I
extra.
heard that you can open up their heads and they have stuff in them. Or is that another toy?
That must be. I've never opened it, so I don't know.
Like you literally have to solder open their heads to like see what's inside of it.
Ooh, that sounds
I don't know.
like that's a commitment. Um, Yeah, I don't do a lot of collecting. Ace does more than that, but my brother does, and he's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I seen
anytime.
his amiibos, right?
Yeah. So yeah, but I collect the Monster Hunter physical games. Like I have like 4 copies of every Monster Hunter, including some of the Japanese ones. But that's it. Um,
Dude, I want just like one case for like the Japanese Freedom Unite. Just one. I
That
would
would be
take it.
really
I would take
nice.
I've got
the
two.
paper out and put it on my wall.
I've got 2 PSP versions of 2G, and
Dude.
that's it. So, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks everyone for listening. We had the winner, Skipper and Ace. We'll try to get a hold of them, and if something comes up, we'll let everyone know and do this again if they don't claim it, I guess. Um,
Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens.
yep. So,
Yeah, he's online.
okay.
He's commented, so I'm
Okay,
reaching out to
great.
him.
Cool.
Nice. Congratulations, Skipper, again, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for listening and or watching. Thank you for Preacher of Valor coming on. Thank you for your community interacting with us too.
Problem.
We really appreciate it.
And we have apparently plans going ahead for the guild code.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Guild code.
So if you want to catch more stuff for the Hunters Hub, be sure to join our Discord, as well as follow me on Twitter at Hunters Hub Pod. I announce all the different shows we do. We just output the Strixhaven set review for Magic with my other co-host for the Magic podcast, which are all under the Hunters Hub umbrella. We're gonna have a Bickering Bucks episode out probably this next week for Naruto Boy.
What?
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's my homie. What? Hold on. I'm following right now.
Naruto Boy is the game that was voted on. We've done Hyrule Warriors. We've done a couple other games. We started with Fire Emblem Three Houses. That was a fun episode. So yeah. Oh, we just did Jedi Fallen Order. That's the other one we just did.
Please.
And I'm hoping we can do Ghost Runner for this next episode, but that depends on how the voting process goes. Because we all throw a game into the hat and then like vote on the games with weighted votes, so that something comes out on top. So I've thrown Ghost Runner in for the last 4 times and it's never won.
Yeah.
Just keep tossing in there until it happens.
I wanted to play Ghost
It's
Runner.
coming. It's coming.
But yeah. So yeah, and look out. Next week we're going to be talking to Hot Sammy Slims. Have him on the stream, and talk more Monster Hunter Rise. And Pan will be back, I hope. And Ace will be back when he can be back. So that's
For sure.
it. That's it for me. Again, at Hunters Hub Pod on Twitter. That's the easiest way to see what we're doing. Also, just joining the Discord. Morg, we can find you at
MorgDiddy.com. Yeah. You guys can find me at MorgDiddy. So that's a capital M, 0 capital ORGD, and then it's lowercase IDDY. So yeah, you can find me. I'm posting stuff about Monster Hunter stuff, retweeting a bunch of other people's things, commenting and stuff like that, posting food vids, or pictures of like stuff that I'm just making in my outdoor smoker because I love that thing to pieces. It is my lost soulmate. Oh my god, that girl is beautiful. Oh, and hot. Yes. Love her.
Man.
Plenty more stuff to come.
Where did I go wrong?
About a year ago, bro.
Ace.
The umbilical cord is now connected. You can't get rid of them. It's a wrap now.
No, I love Morg.
I'm here for life.
I love Morg. I love Morg so much. So Ace, where can we find you?
You can also catch me on Twitter at Ace Badger Gaming, where hopefully I'll be catching up on a massive backlog of screenshots and video captures. Some of the more recent ones will be some anime style tail cuts with the long sword.
Ooh.
And then I'll probably be on the Discord sporadically, more so on Sunday and Mondays by the sounds of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Preacher of Valor, where can people find you from our community?
I'm Preacher of Valor Entertainer. You can find me on Twitch, just Preacher of Valor. I'm the only guy up on here that has Preacher of Valor. You can find me on TikTok as well. I put inspirational Naruto related memes up on there. And you can follow me on Twitter. And I post a bunch of like stuff about food, animals, and game related news.
So
He's a cool dude. He's definitely
Nice.
worth a follow, guys.
So you would have got my Hokage thing on Twitter, right?
I
Yeah.
mean, if I
keeps
gotta look
coming
at it
back.
now, but yeah, I probably will. I love Naruto.
So my buddy Brian and my brother and I, we decided to kill a Legambi with only the throwing knives, and we were shouting,
kunai.
I want to be Hokage."
Whenever I tell someone, I'll be like, "You like kunai? You like kunai? Hua, 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 hua." I love it.
So I put up the kill stream of us getting it, and it said, "I my dream is to be Hokage or whatever." I've only watched the first 5 seasons of Naruto. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah, I watch bits and pieces, but I still love the franchise.
I will give you this.
Sure.
Like I said, I'm not a big anime fan, but I do like 3 of them. I like One Punch, I like Your Lie in April, and I like Detective Conan. Those are the 3.
Ooh, okay, you got
Those
good
are
taste.
good
All right,
ones.
all right.
So there you go. Anyways, good night, folks. And
Take
I
care,
said,
everybody.
I said that too early because I forget how to turn off the broadcast. Good night.